Sorry, mate. Good evening. You're the first one in, bro. Yeah. Yeah, bro. So, how's your day? All right? Sorry, mate. Good evening. You're the first one in, bro. Yeah. Gotta fucking mute that shit. Otherwise, there's a delay. Ba, 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 ba. You're not bad. Ticked a few boxes just to go. Ticking boxes. Kicking ass. I was in a few lives today. I went and hung out with, if you know, Hookstagram. Went and hung out with them today. That was alright. Sort of like a 420 community over there. It's pretty cool. Got some cool conversations going. Yeah, so Saturday night, eh? And I feel alright. Oh, there's a couple of other people there in the background. A good evening to you. Wait for a few more people to come in and I'll tell a bit of a yarn that hopefully you'll get a bit of a laugh going. Set the mood. I haven't got a shirt on because I've got a fireplace in here and it's like fucking 45 degrees. I just keep sweating in the shirt, so I'm just going to wait till I cool down and I'll put a shirt on it later if I'm offend anyone. I'm certainly no fucking pato. Casbar, how you going, bro? What state are you in? I'm in Queensland, man. Yeah, fucking rocking up in Queensland, up the Fraser Coast. Where are you, bro? Stephen McNeely, g'day, bro. Joshua Nell, g'day, mate. How are yous? Good to see you. Are you on the Gold Coast? Yeah, sweet. Whereabouts on the GC? Up surface end or down Coolangatta? And haven't been in there for a while, actually. Because I'm close to the sunny coast, so. And my dad lives in Coolum, so I usually head down there when we go to the beach, when we do go. Or to Maroochydore, where my sister is. Yeah. Broadbeach. Oh, yeah. You used to live at Broadbeach, hey, babe?
My dad was supposed to do.
Yeah, once upon a time. My missus used to do, what is it called? Nippers. Nippers there. Do I watch AFL? I don't, bro. Actually, I played rugby league as a kid at school, and I played it for a little bit in the army, but then I went to, I played touch footy. I thought that was way better sport. And, because I just fucking hate the niggling injuries. But yeah, I don't really follow any sport. The only sport I follow is the MotoGP, man. The motorcycle racing. I'm a livid for that. I love that shit. I love motorcycles. Who do I go for? If I was going to go for AFL, I'd probably go for Melbourne Demons. But for rugby league, I'm a loyal Townsville Cowboys boy. I was up in Townsville when they formed their team in '95 or '96. I went to their first game. So, am I single? No, I'm married, happily married man. Since 2009, I've been with my wife since 1996. We have two kids, Sarah and Joshua. Daryl Beatty is my cousin, legit. Oh, true. He can ride a motorcycle. Yeah. Used to hang around with Mick Doolan, and then they mentored Casey Stoner. And now Jack Miller's the Aussie representing over there in the MotoGP now. Yep. Watched all your videos last night and it made me second guess if I'm cut from the cloth. Better train. Nah, bro, that's your what you're hearing though is like my worst experiences, mate. And those experiences make you tough. And you are cut from the cloth. Don't ever back yourself. Always back yourself, mate. It's if I can do it, you can fucking do it. There's nothing special about me. It's just once you're in that environment and you're in that headspace, mate, it brings something out in you. You know? It's hey Uncle Chris, what's that? How big were aircrafts? How big were the aircrafts? Well, the biggest one I went on was I did get on the C-17 Star. Was it Galaxy Starlifter? It was a massive thing that can take Abrams tanks. But I mostly travelled around in C-130s Hercs. Hey Jack, how you going, bro? It was cool having a chat today over with Hookstagram. That was a cool little community today. Had some pretty cool topics go down range. Enjoyed that. Straight Jacket, I just dropped in to say what's up to you and my Aussie brethren. Bah. Yeah, sweet. Hey? No, true. Yeah, see, I haven't really advertised that I was going to go live, really, then a bit of state off to the pub, boys. Yeah. Going down with your China plate, down the Tin Can Stub, the pub. It's going to be your Wally Grout, your shout. You better take some red rash cash. Better have it in your skyrocket, your pocket. Before you go, you got to have a dad and Dave and have a shave and comb the Yogi Bear, the old hair. On the way, you might get a fucking dead eye pie. Put some dead horse on it, some sauce. I'm just home from happy hour. Hey, bro, how you went? One crazy MC is in the house. G'day, mate. How are ya? I forgot my ones and twos. Yep. And then you're gonna fucking kiss the old tin lids, kids, and then you're gonna go hit the frog and toad the road. Is your TV turned up in the background? Oh, there's a bit of an echo. Not really. Fuck on me, you cunt. Fuck on you, you cunt. Actually, what the fuck is going on here? You've got to come see us, Uncle Chris. Yeah, I will. I'll get down there. Hang on a sec. Let me just fucking see what's going on here. Is that better? Is that better, Jack? What the fuck is it? How's the doggos tonight? Are they hogging the fire? No, they're right, and that's why I've got my shirt off. It's so hot in here. Because I've got this real, like a dead iron bark, and it's been drying for a long time, so it's really hard. Oh, and it burns clean and hot. It's so fucking hot in here right now. I've got the windows open. I was waiting for it to cool down. I'll put a shirt on after. Is that better, Jack? Take care, Chris, and chat. Thanks for dropping in, Straight Jack. I appreciate it, mate. Have a good time down the pub. Yeah, thanks for popping in, bro. Yeah, so yeah, I was gonna tell a yarn. Might have you laughing about when I was first in the infantry battalion. It was my first battalion attack. Yeah, I think so. It was just ever so lightly. Yeah, righto. Yeah, I just muted the fucker. Sweet. Because there's a fucking delay. So, but it's good to have it because I can see the comments come up there, even though I don't fucking look at it most of the time. Yeah, so Mum's prepared for you live. She has her favourite ice cream in her popcorn. Sweet. Awesome. Hey, Lise. My ex-army, it's all I know. I joined when I was 18 and I left in 2017, 22 years. Yep, I'm ex-army. Got to sergeant. How's Mel tonight? Yeah, good. She's got little arts and crafts going. She's working on a buggy that she's building, and she's just fine tuning it now, putting like steering wheels and lights on it. And I think, where are you fixing it now? She's putting a winch on it at the moment. Yeah, so thanks for your service. Good set here. No worries, buddy. It's all easy. It's all good. I always say, it's the guys that never came back, man. They're the true heroes. They're the ones that, they go to the ultimate sacrifice. So, yeah, so I don't know how much we'll get tonight, lads, because I didn't really advertise it. So, but yeah, I'll tell you about this time I was in an FUP, a battalion FUP, a form-up point, right? So, when you're going to do these massive attacks, so we're going to take on 800 guys, right? We're going to, how do you think mandatory service for, yeah, bloody oath I should. I discussed this yesterday. As soon as you turn 18, male or female, 2 years in the Defence Force, your choice, Air Force, Navy, Army. And I think that would build, straight away, it's going to build confidence. It's going to put you in a team environment. It's going to make you a patriot, mate, because you're going to understand about the flag and the Anzac traditions and what's important about being an Australian soldier, a military person, or seaman, or airman if you go to the Air Force. You've got team sports you got to play. So you're doing tug of wars, and you're doing touch, and fucking cricket, and AFL, and don't need to advertise. We will end up in here anyway. Yeah, sweet. In a lot of my mates' families, it is. What's that, Sloth? But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I do think that would be good for the country. And then if anything ever happens, everyone's sort of got some sort of military knowledge. They've used weapons. They understand how, how formations work. So I think it can only be a good thing, especially for young fellas that have, that do a lot of socialising through their Xbox, PlayStations, and PCs. So they're always talking and socialising, but they're all just in their room or in their own environment. You need to get those guys out and in teamworks and playing sport and, Space Nerd 420, that's a fucking cool name. G'day, mate. Yeah, so, yeah, I was in a form-up point in Townsville, right? So we're about to take on 800 guys. So we've got 2 infantry battalions up front. We've got 1 RAR and 2 RAR. And we're in a massive extended line, right? So there's 800 of us. And we're in this creek system in a 15-foot dry riverbed. And we're waiting for a thing called H-hour. H-hour means artillery and jets and naval sea fire and mortars are going to come in and start smashing these guys. And as the artillery rounds come over, that's H-hour. We come up out of the creek system and then we start assaulting under the cover of artillery fire, right? You can hear them coming over your head. It's it sounds really funny because they're just, artillery rounds are really crazy when they come over your head. They sound like that, like the, it's cool. Service, or they disown them. A lot of my mates' families, it is service. All right, okay. Yeah, so we're waiting for H-hour. And mind you, it's like we're being there at 3. We're there at 3 o'clock set. We're waiting for like 5:30. So we're just sitting there silently, right? And if you look at my videos, I had a fucking section commander that walked me into the ground, right? Fucking, if you look at that video where I fucking hit the ground, and hey Catherine, how you going, mate? She said, hey Mel.
Hey, Catherine.
She said, hey Catherine. Yeah, so that guy that fucking, when I first got there, and he walked me into the ground because of heat stroke or heat exhaustion, I was going into heat stroke, saying, fuck, I didn't go there. That same guy, right? Okay. There's one big thing in the military is that once it goes dark, there's no light, no torches, no nothing. You don't fucking set a fire, even if it's freezing cold. There's no such thing. It's not camping, right? And there's no such thing as a tactical cigarette. So once it goes night, if you smoke, that's it. You're done until the morning, right? Till fucking. I just burn my arm. On the mark. Hey mate, you're on new paddo with the nightly light. What's that? Hey mate, you're the new paddo with the nightly lights. Hope you're well, mate. Nah, cheers, bro. I was actually talking to Paddo today. I've been texting him and he hit me up. And we're going to do a live together in the next week. He just said he's going to, because he asked me what time. I said, no, bro, we're in due. I can, every day is Sunday for me. So You pick the date. He's just going to come back and pick a time, and then when he gives us the time and date, we'll both start advertising that. Hopefully, we can get him back up there, get him going again. You know, he's been a bit flat. But yeah, but it was like, so we're doing this right. So when I was a recruit instructor, I used to show the recruits why you don't have a cigarette at night time, right? Because you use NVGs, night vision, and when what's that? What's that little fucking that little red thing, Space Nerd? I don't know what the fuck that is. But I get them to have a smoke and try and hide it the best they can, inside their shirt or whatever they can. And I have a guy 300 meters away with night vision equipment, right? When they light that up, no matter, even though you think you're hiding the flame in the cigarette, as soon as it goes, that little red cherry, it just lights up your whole, this target area, right? You can't hide it. Because night vision equipment, it doesn't give you vision through the night. What it does, it enhances the ambient light. Okay, so if it's a nice moonlit night or a good starry night, your night vision will be crystal clear. But if it's really clouded, it still works, but it's a little bit more fuzz. How good was telling the Germans we ate heaps of carrots to see in the dark when we invaded? Yeah, I didn't know that story, but that's fucking pretty cool. Yeah, so I was showing these guys how critical it is that whatever you do, you can't have a cigarette because you're going to light yourself up and give the position away no matter how sneaky you are. And guys are even trying, they're hiding it in their sleeping bag and then putting the cigarette inside a water bottle. So as they go to pretend to drink out of a water bottle, they're taking a drag and they're just keeping the cigarette inside the water bottle, right? Doesn't matter. Every time you bring the water bottle up and you go and suck on it, it just lights your face up bright red. And you can see it for 300-400 meters. Right, so I'm sitting next to that guy, my searching commander, who I was saying was a fucking dickhead, and ended up leaving because he was not a leader of men. He was a piece of shit. And he lights a cigarette in this in this form-up point, right? I can smell it next to me, and he's got it in his shirt. And I thought, oh, that's why you need a vape. This is the 90s, mate. There's no such thing as vaping. This is 1996, 97. And no, 90, probably, yeah, 96. So I thought, fuck, we are 15 foot in a creek, we're down. Maybe they haven't taught me something yet, and we can bend the rules now we're in the battalion. So what do? Get my ciggy out, durry, whatever you want to call it, bunga. Couldn't you hold it inside your hand so it covers the... No, that's what I'm saying. You could, like army water bottles, the green 1 litre water bottles, you know them, you see them in the movies all the time. You can put your cigarette inside that, right? And cover the whole of the thing. So you're just holding the filter inside the water bottle. And you can do this and bring the water bottle to your mouth and draw. And as soon as you draw, that cherry lights just lights your whole face up. You can't hide it. I've got a collection of them somewhere. Yeah, so you can't hide. There's no such thing as a durry at night time. Okay, the enemy's going to see you and you're going to give your position away because of your poor discipline. You're going to give all your mates off because you wanted a cigarette, right? So you got to really drill this into the young guys. Even in the green, yeah, mate. You can climb into the bottom of your sleeping bag where your feet are and light it up down there, and it will glow red. I'm telling you, you can't hide. Olsen had to go without any lighting during the war for safety. Yeah, bloody oath. Light at night's no good. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have a fucking cigarette too, right? So what I do, I get it out. Put the cigarette in my mouth, get my lighter. What a fucking idiot I am. I learned the hard way. I always learn the fucking hard way. Bang, I light this durry, right? And I just light the whole... I just light the creek, 3 or 4 guys either side of me. And because I'm in a creek, it's sort of blowing. It's like through the night vision gear, there's like a glow because I didn't hit it. I've just gone bang with the old Bic. And our regimental sergeant major, the fucking highest ranking enlisted soldier, he was a Vietnam veteran. He's been in the army at that time probably 29 years, right? And he just looks over and goes, all I hear is fucking end that cunt. And as he said, fucking end that cunt, I got a stiff arm, a hard stiff arm, right in the fucking throat. I was sitting on a log, right, in this creek, and I got a fucking, and I didn't see it coming. I just said, end this cunt. And I got a stiff arm right in the throat, mate. I've done a back somersault off this log, right? My rifle's gone one way, my webbing, my fucking magazines are falling out over my head. And the guy, my corporal, because now he's going to get the shit because I'm under him, so it makes him look bad. He's jumped over and he's like grabbed me by the throat going, you fucking idiot, you fucked this, you did. And I'm still like, just got fucking belted in the fucking airway. And then they just left me there, because everyone was like, you fucking dickhead. You ever watched Little Elvis Jones and the Truck Stoppers? Tom H. Can't say I did. Little Elvis. Yeah, so, bang, I got hit. And I was upside down, mate, and it was like probably 4 o'clock by then, so we still had another hour and a half. And at that time, my Lance Corporal, my 2IC, the next command, he was a Fijian guy, Tommy Navasolo. Great guy. We used to go around his house, have big hungies, mate, he was mad. And he jumped around straight away and was like, because he could see I was fucking hurting pretty bad. And I was feeling like shit, I just let everyone down, I was like, oh, fuck me, I just can't win, And he was like, you're right, mate. Everyone makes mistakes, but you just don't make the same mistake twice. You get told that a lot in the army. If you make the same mistake twice, then that's when you start getting looked at pretty hard. So yeah, I can tell you from that day forward, I never lit a lighter or anything at night time for the rest of my fucking career. But yeah, so that's there's another learning curve there. I love to learn it the hard way, man. But again, that pain and that war now, because I feel like I've got to work double hard now to get everyone's trust back. Just made me better. Just made me better in the long run. It's hard to see it. What was your last mission before retirement? Okay, so the last time I was in a war zone was 2012, but I retired in 2017. So my last mission in the Defence Force was I was posted to what they call the Junior Leaders Course. So the guys that are like senior soldiers that have been in for about 4 or 5 years and they're looking at promotion, they do these promotion courses called Subject 1 for Corporal, and they do a 7-week course where we teach them to become leaders, right? So they're stepping up from senior soldiers now, and we're training them to become leaders of men. And I was getting posted to that unit to start getting senior soldiers, and I was starting to teach them to become leaders of men, their corporals. I was teaching them how to become corporals. And that's what my last mission was I was going to dedicate myself to senior soldiers so they could become good leaders of men. Because in the end, that was my forte, my strength, was being able to grab a group of men, mate, and get them to follow me to hell. Yeah, I love my wife. She's the best. Little Elvis, what's your shit? Jaden, Jimmy, Vouse, g'day mate. SAS Bravo, what was your rank? SAS Bravo, you know Bravo 20, the story of Andy McNabb in 1991? He's got SAS Bravo. I mean, that's, you obviously know about the Special Forces. My rank was Sergeant, mate. I had my own platoon. I had a couple of teams. I got promoted to Lance Corporal in 2004, and I went to Perth, and I went over and worked in Perth for 2 years and did a bunch of stuff over there. And, I was working up in Pilbara. We were looking after we were looking out for drug smuggling, prostitution, and illegal human smuggling, and a lot of illegal fishing. So we'd sneak up at night time and, you know what the surf lifesavers use, those red boats? We have them too, but they're blacked out, and they're called Zodiacs. And we'd be all blacked out, and we're going up with high-power cameras. We're going right up to these oil tankers, and we're climbing up, and we're taking photos of these guys moving women around, drugs around, and we're taking all these photos, gathering all this intelligence. We withdraw out. We send it up into a thing called Viasat. We send it to Customs, and then as soon as the light breaks in the morning, Customs come flying out, mate, and do an arrest on those fucking pieces of shit that are exploiting women, children, and other things, mate, in the Dampier Archipelago in WA. Did you join the team? Do you mean, did I go to Special Forces? No, I did not. I wanted to when I was young, but I've been with Mel, my wife, since 1996, my whole career. And going to Special Forces is a toll. Everyone that goes over there, okay, 80% of the men that go to Special Forces end up breaking up with their families and their wives. And I thought I could be better leading men because I knew what I was capable of because of the training that I've been through. And I was like the first guy in Iraq in 2003, and I've done a bunch of cool shit. And I was a recruit instructor and an expert on marksmanship, an expert on navigation, and a lot of stuff. Mortars, calling in fire, calling in medevacs, calling in fucking fast egg, all that stuff, right? Is it hard for the ones with empathy for the locals? What do you mean by like that, mate? What do you mean empathy for the locals? We all have empathy for the locals. Combatants? You mean civilians? Like, don't, just want to fucking be like you and I, just want to get my kids a good, safe. I just need to get food and water and fucking house. Yeah, fucking oath, mate. I feel for all those. We're there for them as well, man. Do you regret going to Iraq? Oh, hang on, what's that? Hi, Chris. Hi, everyone. Sorry, a bit late. It's all good, mate. Been watching the Tats. Yeah, I was watching a bit of that too, mate. The things there, that's fucking crazy. I always wanted to go and give that a crack. Was there a mission or something classified that you couldn't talk about at the time but can talk about now? That was hard to deal with at the time. Not really. Like I said, the biggest one was when we killed Saddam. We had 60,000 of Saddam soldiers marching out of Baghdad. The media says we were forming up in Kuwait to move up and start invading Iraq. So he sent down 60,000 of his best, and we decimated those guys, 60,000 soldiers in about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. And so everybody was quite shocked, like CNN was trying to follow it, and everyone was pushing the media back because they didn't want it to get out that we just decimated 60,000 professional soldiers. They didn't want it to look like a genocide. So all of us that were exposed to that, we had to sign an order that we couldn't speak about that or even know about that until 2010 that ran out. So, and now you can actually look at that, and I think there's people on YouTube have done a video about that particular. Crazy. They didn't even know it was coming. They were marching towards us, mate, and they hit them with fast air, 500 pounders. They hit them with fucking artillery, heavy rounds. They hit them with a Spectre gunship. They hit them with Warthogs. They hit them with Apaches. Hit them with mortars. And then they went forward, and it was just pretty much an ocean of fucking blood and guts and boots and helmets and fucking gear, and they just got some bulldozers and bulldozed a big hole in the desert and pushed it all into the desert, and we just fucking punched into Baghdad. I'm now an investigator for the OSI. What's the OSI? I'm 28 plus, bro. Do you regret going to Iraq looking back? No fucking way, mate. I don't regret anything. No way. I did everything I did. I believed I was doing good. I'd never had bad intentions. I had the best. I wanted my boys to be able to experience it. It's like, imagine, do you think war is pointless? Well, no, because what if the people want to take our land? What if someone wants to come, wherever you live, Adam, Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney, they want to arrive because their country's running out of resources. Their countries hasn't got good enough, environments for food to feed them, so they start getting desperate, right? Indonesia is primarily jungle, and they bought something like fucking 50,000 tanks. Where are they going to drive 50,000 tanks? Our biggest threat is Indonesia coming down through WA and China coming down through Darwin. So when you say is war pointless, to defend our land, fuck no. And then with the terrorism, with people that saying, I want to cut Jews and Christians' heads off because they're going to take my place in hell. Praise Allah, Allah Akbar. No way, mate. I want to take the fight to them. I want to go to their country and fight them there so they're not coming over here and threatening my fucking mum and your sister and your kids and my daughter. So I fight them there so they don't get the time to think of a plan and come here and start blowing up fucking, like the Opera House or, imagine a AFL grand final or the State of Origin. and someone walks in with a suicide vest and detonates when everyone's lining up at the front of the stadium. I don't want that to fucking happen, and that's what they do, these cowards. That's how they do it. They're fucking cowards. And some of them can't even do it, so they give the detonator to someone else and they just walk so they don't know what's going to happen. So while we're taking the fight to those pricks there, they're not coming here and hurting my people, my fellow citizens, and the love of Australia, mate. I'll fucking die for this country and everyone in it. Holy fuck, Chris, congratulations on the one. 137, oh, that's cool. Sweet, I was like 131 or something earlier, that's awesome. Okay, so I just want to go back to don't miss anyone's stuff here. Offer of special investigator. Okay, what are you investigating, mate? War crimes, what do you investigate, bro? Ever had someone refuse an order? Fuck no. Australian soldiers don't refuse orders, man. Australian soldiers are the most disciplined, well-trained fighters you can imagine. Because we're a small force, I was saying this last night, the instructor to teaching ratio is very high. See, in the Marines, it's like one instructor to 40 guys. With us, sorry, that's just my fucking alarm. With us, it's one instructor to 3-4 guys. I can even, if someone's suffering and I can see their back and behind, and once you lack them behind in boot camp, you start to lose your confidence because you think, fuck, these guys are getting it and I'm not. What's wrong with me? But as a recruit instructor, I see that because I struggled as well. And I'll grab that guy and I'll pull him to the side and I'll bring him up to speed one-on-one until he's comfortable that he knows what he's doing. So they get that type of training. With guys like when I went to recruit instructor, I'd done shit with, with special forces over in the Dampier Archipelago. I'd been to Iraq. I've done a bunch. I've been all over Australia. I've been to fucking Bougainville on a peacekeeping mission over there. So I had a lot to offer recruits, mate. I had a lot to offer. And I fucking love that job, so. Ever had to say, no, mate, Australian soldiers don't refuse. No. Because you won't get told to do something that I'm not prepared to do myself. And I'm not going to ask you to do something either unless you see me do it first. All right? That's the way we roll, bro. The biggest asset we have is our soldiers. Got to look after our soldiers. You look after them, and they'll look after me. Going to Iraq and Afghan, which are no threat to Australia. The countries themselves aren't, no. But the terrorist organisations within, yes. Right? So it's easy for them to get online. I don't know if you remember ISIS. Remember how they went crazy and they started cutting off American people's heads on TV? Do you remember that? We can't have that. We can't have that. We can't have people like that. It's nothing to do with the innocent people of Iraq or Afghanistan. We want to help them people. We want to bring them from the tyranny because they're getting oppressed by these pieces of shit. Not all of them are conforming. I don't know if you know with Islam, you've got Sunnis and Shiites. So they're like, there's sort of a battle between those, but the Shiites aren't as sort of aggressive as the Sunnis. If you're like ISIS was Sunni, the Taliban are Sunni. The fucking dickheads in Palestine, Hamas, Sunni, Hezbollah, Sunni, Boko Haram in Africa, Sunni. They're all crazy. And you can't have people like that. So it's not the country themselves and the people within it. They're beautiful people. And they look to us for help because they're getting, I'm going to shoot your fucking missus and your kid if you don't pick up a gun and go and fucking fight these infidel. They don't want to be a part of that shit. They're like you and I. They just want to fucking protect their family and live. So we have nothing against the people over there. And we try to treat them with as much respect as we can. And when we can, we try to help them out, like dig them wells, build bridges over waterways, try and make their lives better while we're there as well. So it's never against the nation. It's against tyranny and the extremists, mate. That's what the war is. That's why people get confused with. It's not the Iraqi citizens. I love them. Like I said, some of the best people I've ever met are Muslims, and some of the absolute worst people I've met are Muslims too. So and then there's a variety in between. And some just want to live like you and I. Pray to their God, look after their kids, and try and live. That's how most of them are. And we want that for them as well because they're getting oppressed as well for not conforming. Or if they try to help us to benefit themselves, that night they'll have a fucking AK-47 in their mouth. So they're in a tricky situation and we understand that. Sometimes your big organisations like the American War Machine, can look over those small things. That's why we're really good. We call it hearts and minds. If you go into a village and you give them good faith and we protect them and we stand up and we give them clean water, we bring carpenters in, give them some skills, learn how to do cabinet making. We might bring in some mechanics and we'll do school work in the village, teach them how to change, like build diffs and gearboxes and all sorts of cool shit. So we're doing that type of stuff. We get people to come in and try and give them electrical skills so they could try and get into Kabul and Kandahar, the biggest cities, and get some work. So we're trying, we want to work with the people. We're not there to fucking rule with an iron fist. We're trying to fit in. We want them to trust us. So when the Taliban does come that night and puts an AK-47 in his mouth, he's going to resist because he knows we're right there. So I probably went back there. So holy fuck, congratulations. Yep. Or they are not Indonesia or China. They know. And oh shit. And again, it's not the Indonesians or the Chinese people I have a drama about. It's the Chinese Communist Party that want lying to their citizens, and oppressing their citizens. Like, they treat their citizens horrible. Have a look at how many people they execute of their own citizens a year. It's thousands. Thousands and thousands of Chinese citizens are being executed. It's disgusting. So it's not the Chinese and it's not the country. It's the fucking tyrannical governments that want to come. Again, not the Indonesians. They're beautiful people. Jakarta, it's a lovely place. It's their fucking governments, mate, that have evil intentions. That's what the problem is, brother. It's hard to see. It's hard to look at it from a civilian point of view when you don't understand how or see. I'm not patronising. I'm not trying to patronise you, bro. You probably, I don't know, but when you're in it and you live it and you're professional and you're doing this stuff and get intelligence reports, you sort of see how governments are sneaky and con their people and do sneaky shit. We're just not going to have it, We're not going to fucking have it, mate. We're a small country. We've only got 27 million people. Our army is 25,000. That's and reservists, full-time. Our whole army, 25,000. Our whole defence force, Air Force, Army, Navy, 70-odd thousand. They have 100,000 Marines, let alone Army, Navy SEALs, Delta Force, Commandos, Rangers, fucking... all the other armies have hundreds of thousands of people. We don't. 1, 2, 3, 2, sorry. Adam, we do a job that you won't do. What's that? Adam, we do. Why won't Adam do it? He's doing it. He's just trying to find out the political and, probably a soldier on the ground's point of view. How do we look at it? It's never the people, because the people are innocent. War crimes, okay, war crimes. Who are you investigating right now? SAS Bravo. G'day, Kristen Mel, everyone. Hey, g'day, Pug, Aussie. Thanks for popping in, brother. Woodsy, Catherine. Fuck's sake, Uncle Chris, the ice cream is hard as fuck, hard as rock. Hey, Aussie and Jack. Hey, Steve. I appreciate you and thank you for your service. I'm subbing now. Cheers, mate. It's good. G'day, Woodsy. And what's that, Catherine and Steve? 45 body cost. Yo, what's up, white boy? What's up? The sky. Oh, that's up. How many rounds do you carry, and what happens when you start to run low, and where do you restock from? That's a great question, mate. That's a very good question. Okay, we call it front line. Okay, so front line, when you're leaving out the front gate, 7 magazines of 30 rounds for the Ozstires. That's 210 rounds. And then in our packs, if we're going out for like a week or two, we'll carry another 210 rounds in stripper clips inside our pack. So we got, it's called double front line. We got front line ready to rock and roll, and we got it in our packs. The machine gunners will have, depending on the section commander, 1,200 rounds, right? And they have collapsible magazines on the bottom. So we do them in 400 round belts on the magazine. So we'll break them up into 400 round belts. So you'll have 1,200 on each gun, and then you'll probably have another 1,200 or 2,000 belts in our packs too. Okay, there's two 66mm straws for taking out a gun pit or a reinforced picket post or a light skinned vehicle. We have the M203 grenade launchers and the M79 grenade launcher. I think there's a video of me on one of my videos of me actually shooting the fucking Wombat gun with gold tips. And then we have, did I mention claymores? We have claymores, and that's it. So, mate, as a leader and a commander, you practice, and we practice how to fight from every different position, from left, right, backwards, up, down, uphill, downhill, cold night, mate. And we do the way I control it. You'll see with the Marines and that in the videos you might see in Afghan how it's very hectic. There's just people. It looks like they're just firing at the paddocks because you can't see what they can see. The camera never does the job. That's not how we operate. As the leader, you're giving fire control orders. So every single soldier's listen, and they don't pull the fucking trigger until I tell them to. You know, unless they can see an obvious target and they're a threat to, you know, one of the boys or an Australian asset or a coalition asset, then by all means, they have the right to pull the trigger and defend themselves, and that I might not be able to see. But I'm telling you right now, the commander has a very, very, very good overwatch. We have access to birds, we have access to, you know, forward FLIR, forward-looking infrared, thermal, night vision. We have Apache gunships. If they're going into a hot area, we can have two Apache gunships just hovering over as posturing. We might even have a C-130 Spectre gunship at 14,000 feet with a fucking artillery piece, just like circling over top. Right? So when we're in attack, I'm given like, right, gun group, 100 meters, grey tree, RPK, 15 rounds in your own time, fire. Now they're done. They're doing that. And then these guys know how to fire in their pods. So they don't start firing, right? The maximum rounds, because what I'm trying to do is suppress the guy, not necessarily kill them. I'm trying to stop them from moving. Now I know where they are. I want to keep. If I can't kill them, I want to keep them there. So doing suppressing fire, which you get taught. Now when you're a group of three, when I say rifle group, 15 rounds fire. They just don't go ba 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 ba, all three of them. He goes bop 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 bop. So the rounds are getting conserved. There's only one round, because all you need to do to suppress somebody, I'm telling you right now, if I want to hold you there, all I need to do is fire a round to the half a meter to the meter to the right, a half a meter to the meter to the left, and a half a meter to a meter to above you. If I can keep rounds coming in there every 5 seconds, you're not going to fucking move. Right? Trust me. It works. It's called suppressing the enemy. And while we're suppressing them, they can't get their head out to move. I've got a team coming up on the side, and then bang, we hit them from the side, right, while we're suppressing them. So the whole time, the leader, the commander, is giving fire control orders and controlling the men, right? If it just gets crazy and the suicide bomber runs at you and then there's dudes coming from the side, then you fucking do what you have to do to regain the initiative. And the men know that. Nobody panics. You know, it's all controlled aggression, right? That's what I mean when you're feeling wild and angry and you're so fucking pissed. In the army, we get taught to keep that and then funnel that into your firing movement. You know what I mean? There's no time. It's like if you see one of my posts I put up, there is real, like I said, there's real danger, but you can control your fear. You're the master of your fear, right? You can control that. And then when you can control it and get comfortable with it, then you can use it. You can use it to do things that you probably wouldn't really, you don't think about, because you're using this, you're like getting into a flow state. Because you've got to remember, we're not hacks, this is what we do, we're professionals. We rehearse. When we go on to a 9-month deployment, we're training every fucking day for 9 months before we even start the deployment. When we get there, we're peaking, right? So we're in these flow states. So everyone's controlled, and when it's in that, it's fucking good feeling. You're badass. It's like I say, with the army, sometimes you might not get the chance, because it's not up to you whether you go to war, bro. It's not up to you. You just either get lucky or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. Even in the defence force, they'll say, we're deploying here, and you still can put your hand up and say, I don't want to go. That's your right. That's your right as an Australian citizen. They can't force you to go to war, even if you are signed up. But if you say no, get the fuck out of my way. What are you doing here? What the fuck are you doing here? This is, you sign that little line. You're prepared to go overseas and fight for your country. That's what you got to. So you got to make that. Am I prepared to go overseas and fight the enemy on behalf of my country and my citizens? When you're signing the degree. If you're thinking, no, this is going to be a really good career, I'm going to do this and get out. Okay, you have a career, but your first and utmost thing is that you're there, to prepare to sacrifice yourself essentially, right? But that's a horrible thought to say it that way, because it's not, because the training that you get before we put you into that environment, you don't have any doubt. Nobody has any doubt. Anyone that has doubt, we fuck them off. We get them out of there. If someone keeps fucking up doing the same 3, 4 times, get the fuck, get out. So, and restock at any time. If it's really, really hardcore, we can get on the radio and we can do a resale. And you can just have a helicopter just came fucking straight over and they'll just fucking drop rounds. I've been in the jungle and had to do resubs, like I said, and they drop up because the canopy's so thick. They drop these lead weights. They hover above the canopy and they drop these lead weights that punch a hole through the canopy. And then the guy just stands like that and just drops all the ammunition, food and water straight through that hole. We grab it all, we go, and we keep going. So, but that's very rare because we pride ourselves on taking the fight for a week and a half, 2 weeks with frontline ammunition, bro. Because, control, like I said, controlling your fear and using that as controlled aggression to move in that flow state, to do things for the guy to the left. So you're not thinking about yourself, you're thinking about them. And when you're thinking about them, it's easy to do hard things. Really easy. I watched a video of them taking the head off. I've got cutting the heads off? Yeah. Fucking dime a dozen over there, man. Yeah, it's pretty sad. And I don't want people in Australia to see that here. I don't want people cutting people's heads off here. No, fuck, I don't want you people to see that. Fuck that. How young would the enemies be? Like, have you ever had kids or teens? Yeah, bloody oath. Bloody oath, mate. The first village you drive out, when you leave Tarrant out, the boys were driving past and all the kids were lined up on the side of the sort of road. It's just a dirt road and mud huts. And they're all going, Aussie go boom, Aussie go boom, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds going, Aussie's gonna go boom. And they're saying that to us as we're fucking coming through, And you're like, you fucking... Sometimes, man, they will strap suicide vests to kids, mate, and they'll fucking send them in to go and ask you for lollies, like do a little... The kid's coming up, you feel vulnerable, and then when the soldiers go to give them lollies, they detonate the kid. This is the type of people we've got to deal with. Like, it's fucking disgusting. I watched a video of it, yeah, cutting heads off, yeah. Violence, so human life is they don't value it like we do. It's like when you're over there, it's fucking surreal. It's a culture shock. Life, it's deleting somebody, cutting their head off, shooting them in the face and walking away, shooting them in the stomach and walking away is just a transaction to them. You don't understand. These people, it's just fucking hard. Go to my video, I said, it's life in Afghanistan. I uploaded a video of us, the local Fob Wheel app, with the kids playing there. It gives you an idea of the environment they're playing in, and look at the games they're playing. Hey, bruv, what? Hey, bruv, you're a fair way behind. Oh, shit. Fuck. Sorry. Fuck, what have I done? Hang on a sec. Fuck. I'm useless. I'm gonna go all the way to... Holy fuck. Holy shit. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. No, well, it's important to me. I want these guys to understand. Oh, shit. Terrible, mate. Steve. Aussies do it. Oh, man. G'day, Chris and Mel, everybody. Having a good... Hey, g'day, Cody Blaze. How are you, bro? Aussie Chick 88, no heads off, thanks. Exactly. You don't want that. You don't want to see that. You don't want to know about that. You're right. I'm glad that's good. You're right. Sorry, I'm going backwards, guys. So who cares? Who cares? As you fight for your own, right? I mean, just imagine if your kids, if that was your kids, what would you do for your kids? That's how I treat my citizens of my country, bro. Turn it off. There you go. Fuck. Yep. Okay, Jack. Sorry, guys. I love flying planes, fly plane. Oh, sweet. Yeah, that's sick. I love planes too. I love tactical flying. Probably didn't get to do that as a civilian, but tactical flying's fucking badass. Bloody chick, yeah, so we fought for our families. Yeah, bloody Kath. I fight for my family, not the government. No, but like if people rock up on the beaches, I know this is, people say it's hypothetical. Freedom's only one generation away from being lost. You know, this isn't just given to us. All the freedoms we have are fought for men from fucking World War One, World War Two, Korea, Vietnam. You don't understand. Freedom is not. It's not granted to you. It's a fucking luxury for us to have this. When you've been to countries that I've been to and seen the oppression, it's just one generation away. And that's why I worry about these young men now making memes and worrying about what fucking gender they are. And like, I understand, you know, it just shows me that now you got a bunch of, your life's that fucking good. You can go around and say, oh my God, he used my, what do they say? They used my dead name? It's just hard for me to accept all that stuff. And I've seen the shit I've seen, you know. I need young men to fucking be men. Fuck. Did you go to Afghan? Yeah, I went to Afghan twice. 2010, 2012 was our bloodiest years for Australians. Also, I heard about the M1 Grand Clip spring noise. They used to pop clips and wait for them to stick. Yep, exactly, bro. Who is the enemy? What type of question is that? Who's the enemy? See, our war's different to our forefathers in World War One and World War Two and in Vietnam. They had a uniform. You see that guy in an enemy uniform, whether he's holding a weapon or not, fucking done. We don't have that because these guys are wearing the same shit as what the civilian. They all wear the same stuff. They blend in, right? And they'll fire at us and then run around the corner and pick up a fucking hoe and start firing. And there's nothing we can do. We're stuck by all these fucking rules of Geneva Convention and rules for opening fire. And it's fucking hard, bro. I was a staff sergeant. We don't have that rank anymore. I now one officer class. Okay, nice, mate. Staff sergeant, mate. Fuck, that rank went fuck about 2001, I think, bro. Hey, Jordan, they lock you up. Oh, geez, I'm so sorry about this, guys. I'm fucking bad with the things. Just run with it. Very smart tactics. I appreciate your service. Doing well, Jack. Living the dream, my brother. Sorry, I heard about the lighter thing from World War II. From memory, it was the second guy who got this. Did you hear that at the start about what I did in FUP? And I lit that durry up, and I just hear, end that cunt. Boom, him in the throat. Like I learned the hard way, bro, but I love it. My uncle's a lieutenant commander in the Royal Australian Navy, so he's probably served as long as you. Yeah, sick. Fuck the Navy, respect and fuck being out in the ocean, bro. No way. Okay, Scan Eagle drone, short is 7. Yeah, I know, bro. And Scan Eagle, that's it sounds like a bloody whippersnipper going in the air, 4,000 feet, but it's got some powerful cameras that we use for intelligence gathering, bro. 31 in the house, holy fuck, that's cool. You're a talented story, Chris, you should write a book. Dude, you know how many people have said to me to write a book? But who's gonna buy my book? I'm fucking nobody, bro. I'm nobody. I'm no fucking hero or legend or anything, bro. I'm just a fucking patriot, mate, that fought for his country. That's all I am. Mate, when I line up, I'm just another bare bum in the shower, bro, okay? I don't think anyone would buy my fucking book. It's not for you to say that. And I don't know how to express myself on paper. I've got a bunch of, like, stuff because when I was working with my psych, he'd get me to write, you know, all the shit that he thinks fucks with you and all that. And so I've got it, but I just don't know how to put it into a form. I can't express myself like that on paper. But I'm good at public, you know, I'm good at working with men and soldiers and groups of people and that. I fucking did it my whole career. I love it. It's a talent of mine. I worked out that was one of my strengths, man. I could fucking lead men. Like I said, I can grab a bunch of guys, man, and lead them to fucking hell. They'll march into hell. No questions for me, bro. Demons run this planet. Unfortunately, they do. Yeah, that's what you reminded me about the lighter. Yeah, they called humans. Well, that bought Chopper's book, and he was a bare bum in the shower. Yeah, but Chopper was like a famous crim, you know, with his ears and, you know, and fucking, you know, shooting the Turk and all the, you know, all the stuff. I mean, wasn't when he was 17, didn't he go to the, like, his opposition leader gang and went into the pub and poked his fucking eye out, put it in his beer and sculled it? Like, I'm not running around doing that. Well, they bought Chopper's book, yeah. FK Books, you're a YouTuber, mate. I don't know if I want to. I'm not a YouTuber. What I really wanted to do, inspire young men to join the army, mate. You know, and you don't like if you don't like it, you just got to do it for 4 years, and you're gonna get a bunch of skills that's gonna enhance you for the rest of your fucking life, mate. The skills you learn as a fucking soldier just make you better, a better man, better everything. His most famous quote is, "Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story." Yeah, you can't. That's right. You can't believe half the shit that guy said. But you sat in whose chair again? Yes, I did. I sat in Saddam's throne. Go to my community. I've got photos of me sitting in Saddam's palace in his throne. Have a look how big that chair is. What a fucking narcissist. Because none of us sat in his chair after taking it. That's right. Well, and it doesn't matter. You were there. I'm going to figure it out. But yeah, I'm hearing you hopeless writing a book, but you do have experience that many don't. Yeah, you know, it's that's what I like about this is because this is I was just full on, mate. From 1995 to 2017, mate, I hit it as fucking hard as I could. Right? I was doing everything I could. I was getting on as many courses as I could just to make myself better, so they want to pick me to go overseas. I just want to go overseas, right? That's all I want to fucking do. It's like joining that football team, right? And you're training every Tuesday and Thursday night, and then Saturday comes and you're on the bench. You're like, fuck, I want to go and play the game. That's what it's like being a soldier. You're training and training and training and training, always on the bench, and then finally, you get to go and play the game. Fuck, I was born in 96. I was in Baghdad before you in your dad's bag. Like now, how many people have been inside Saddam's palace? Oh, shit, I wouldn't even know, man, you know. I wouldn't know, but, you know, I was walking in there when it was still smouldering, bro. I was burning shit, mate. Like, I had to fucking burn shit with diesel. Fucking, yeah, shit. Like, am I in Queensland? Yes, I'm up in the Fraser Coast. Yep. Yeah. It's good up here. I like it near Tin Can Bay and Harvey Bay. Oh, not Harvey Bay's a fair way up, but like Tin Can Bay, Rainbow Beach. Jack, you still baby. Yeah, bloody oath. 96 was a good year. The fucking best year. That was the year I met my queen. Josh Rennell. Hi again. G'day, mate. Adam Confidential. Yep. Yeah. So, and as I talk about him, you know, you start to like Pate said, you know, his mouth sort of starts to, you know, and as he's telling them stories about running in on someone and stabbing him in the face, and because as you're telling it, they starts triggering those memories of being there again. And that's why I start getting passionate. I raise up and I love it. Hey, Lisa Campbell, that's my sister. Hey, Lisa, I love you, mate. Ever heard of Badfinger? They were a good band. Powderfinger? You mean? Badfinger, no. 66 was a great year too. I was born 77. Elvis Presley died in 77, so one king died and one king was born. True that. Kev's a sicko. He's got a big deco. Queensland, nice winter, fucking freeze on the east coast. It's pretty chilly here at the moment. That's why I got my shirt off. It's because I've got a wood fire and I put in too much hardwood. It's like 45 degrees in here. Hi Lisa, yeah. Badfinger saw day after day. Okay. I'm not much of a music person either. I never really was one of those guys that was having a bad day and I'd go and listen to music and, you know, and feel it till it hit me in the chest. I never really was into music, you know. And because, all through my training, you can't use music because you can't dull your senses. You need to, it's a war within yourself. So I never really used music, no matter what it was. And what's that? Sorry, I don't want to go. What's something that happened over in war that isn't spoken about that needs to be spoken about? That's a really good question, man. I need to think about that for a sec. I mean, we can all poke fingers, at how professional, because when you're professional soldiers, you can poke fingers at other professional soldiers, right? Sometimes what I didn't like was that the Marines would go in, and because we were excellent at hearts and minds, we're going in and we really care about the villagers we're looking out for, right? We really do. We have relationships with them. We get to know their children. We try to build their trust. We want them to come to us with intelligence and not the Taliban, right? But it takes a big call for those guys to have the trust to do that. The Marines will come into a town and promise them the world, and then fuck everything up, get the person they want, and then and leave. So that used to be hard to see. Not all the time, not all the time, but there were times when I was like, we're fucking professionals. What are you doing? You just promised these guys that. You can't fucking do that, man, because next coalition that comes in, they're like, fuck, I'm not helping you guys. Last time I did that, the Taliban killed my daughter for telling you guys. So you got this fucking politics that you got to play. It's hard, mate. It's hard. It's hard for young men to lead the battlefield over there. It's fucking hard. It's not as easy as like, here's the enemy, kill him. It's not like that. And if you kill the wrong person, bang, war crime. So it's hard. It's hard. What's a scary in war? What's a scary in war? Nothing scared me. Like I said, the only thing that scared me was one of my men getting hurt or injured. That's the only thing. I don't give a fuck about anything else. Like I said, I don't care about the violence, any of that crap. Easy. I'm sensitized to it. I don't give a shit. But one of my men getting hurt or injured, that scared the fuck out of me. Did you drink at the Vale Hotel? I lived opposite the Vale, mate, in Watton Street. Watton Street's now taken over by a school opposite there, mate. I used to go to the Vale, mate. I used to punch on the playpen. I used to punch on at fucking Lang's before it was Mad Cow. Mate, punch on at the Seaview. Bro, I remember in 1997, there was 80 of us grunts, mate, on the second floor of the playpen, jumping up and down and starting to bend, bro. Everyone was running. I was scared fuckless of it. It was good times. Nah, mate, you just wanted to show off your rig. Me? What? I don't have no rig, mate. Have you seen Pato? I said to my missus, I don't know if I want to, I'm no Pato. I ain't got no rig, brother. No rig. I was just telling my Thai wife about you and Saddam and everything. She's pretty impressed. Even out here, everyone knows who he was. He was fucking ruthless. He wasn't that bad. He was really bad. But his sons, Uday and Kusei, oh my lord. If you don't know about those two guys, we killed them pretty early. Those guys they would be walking through the main street of Baghdad. This is how these guys rolled, right? And let's say Joshua, no, he looks like, say Aussie chick is walking with her man, and they're about to go shopping because Saddam did it right. What he didn't mix was religion and politics, like, Hamas in Palestine and Iran and Saudi Arabia. They're dedicated to their religion first and then politics later. Saddam separated the two. That's why they had prestigious universities in Baghdad. Baghdad was beautiful. It was like downtown Sydney. They've got, universities, and they had street markets and food, and, he was smart. He was smart in that sense. Still a ruthless dictator piece of shit. But if Aussie chick was walking with her man down and they're going shopping, and Kusei saw you, he just come and grab you and puts you into a personal. He's got this. They used to call them the fucking towers of whores. That's what they called them. And he had these buildings built where he'd take women off the street, especially if they were with their husband or if it was a daughter of a man, and they'd take them and lock them away in that room, and they'd be this personal sex slave, mate, for the rest of the days. And they had buildings full of these women. And these poor men, if they tried anything, they just fucking shoot them right there, shoot them in the leg. They didn't give a fuck. This is these people. Like you don't understand. You know, you've never even seen, but these people do. And until you see it, it's like, what the fuck? You can't even relate. But you know, you just get used to these fucking wankers, mate, and you got to deal with them. They were the first two proper dead bodies I saw in 2003. Was Uday and Qusay, mate. Wysad arm ran like a bitch and hid in a fucking hole. His sons, at least, you know, went downtown Iraq. They fortified their house, mate, and they fought to the death. They surrounded them with 40 mil grenade launchers, and we just leveled that place pretty much and dragged them out. And then the Yanks put them in like a morgue, and then we came through to have a look. And by the time I came through, their face and neck was just full of saliva because everyone was just fucking spitting on them. What was the scary? What's it? Oh, see, I'm behind again, aren't I, guys? I'm in Pride, man. Where is it? Oh, whatever you have to delete. Who's doing what? You don't look Chinese, mate, and each to their own. Remember that underarm bowl that one time? What? Oh, you're talking about cricket? I don't give a fuck about the cricket. I do, but like, what? No, he can be gay and Chinese now. Haha, that's funny. What a piece of work. Holden or Ford? Fucking Holden, bro. My prized possession, I had a VNSS, mate. Kiwi both. Holden all the way. Kiwi. yeah, no, I had a VNSS, mate. And you know, we stroked it, and I put a stall converter in it, and, you know, spent $7,000 on the gearbox, and yeah, I just light that thing up. I love it. And then when I got to Brisbane, I got rid of that, then we got a VTSS. And then I went fucking motorcycles. Really, we got rid of them, and now I ride motorcycles pretty hard. Is it scary seeing blood? No, not for me. No. It's the smell is overwhelming. Like when somebody's blown apart, the smell of iron and the smell of the insides of the body can be overwhelming the very first time, but you get used to that pretty quickly. You know, it's not a big deal. Some people it sticks with them, but I didn't give a fuck. Like I didn't care. My worry was my boys, man. My boys. I didn't give a fuck. Just my boys. That was saying earlier, bro. Iraq was a nice place. It was. Now it's just fucked. Yep. I understand. Like you said yourself, Baghdad was nice, like Sydney CBD. Right. So we want to go in there and help them rebuild, right? Give them money to help them rebuild, but because we realise this, right? At the start, when we were there, they were coming up to us. Thank you, George Bush. Thank you, John Howard. Thank you, suppose the Prime Minister of fucking England, Tony Blair. Thank you. You save us from dictatorship, from tyranny. 3 months, 4 months on, they're shaking their fists at us. My daughter was raped yesterday. Imagine going to Sydney, taking the police, the politics, all law and order out. Boy, and then you got Sunnis versus Shiites, because the Sunnis rule Iraq, because Saddam was a Sunni, so he used to oppress the Shiites. So what do the Americans do? The Shiites seem pretty nice. We'll put them in control and we'll help them rebuild Iraq. All they want to do is oppress the Sunnis now. It's our turn to fuck the Sunnis over. It's like, it's so petty. I've had so many nice Fords and Holdens. We lost another Aussie icon, Chick 88. I'm a Toyota. Who's Steve? I'm a Toyota man. Yep. Okay, yep, Holden. Acting home, and even though I say Holden, I've got a Jeep, 4-wheel drive, Cherokee, and we got a little Ford Fiesta too that we run around. And we've got a couple of Mel's got a dirt bike, I've got a dirt bike, I've got a road bike. That was, I have both, and I couldn't pick between them. I bought myself an immaculate convertible Ford Capri last year, my second Ford ever. Yeah, nice. I heard that the Middle East is one of those places you don't have to pay income tax. Oh, there's plenty of places. There's plenty of places where they don't pay income taxes, mate. Have you ever been to Dubai? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Sup, bro? In-laws. G'day, mate. Imaginary Lehman's was timed out by Jack. Okay. I trust you guys. It's awesome. Find one Holden with $1 million. Aussie chick, they are both owned by the same company, GM General Motors. That's right, I drive a Hilux, and that's Mrs. VF. Aussie, that's a real one, bro. How do you go live? How do I go live? What do you mean? Like here, when your YouTube page, you got a plus sign, you hit the plus. I think it says create, and you got like post, video, community, and you hit live. But I think you need 50 subscribers. That's what I had to get before I could do that. Yeah, Domino probably doesn't go. Hey Adam, hello. Yeah, so yeah, I mean it's neither here or there why we're chasing Bin Laden and then all of a sudden we went left into Iraq. I mean, when I got there, everybody was shaking their hands going, thanks. Do you remember the first, if you go back to 2003 when I'm pulling, all the locals all went out into the cities pulling down all the fucking Saddam statues and that, man. Because if you know Islam and Muslim, the worst thing you can do is show them the bottom of your foot. That's like, fuck you, you know, right in their face. So that you'll see them take their sandals off, and when they're smacking, that's like the most disgusting thing you can do. Yo, loving these streams, Justice 200. No time, yeah, sweet. It's good to see you, Oz Legend. Yep, 50 subs go live, yeah. And it says too, it might take 24 hours, mate. I got 50 subs and I couldn't go live for a week. Well, Sloth, my Exicalus is almost at 500k, bro. Original motor, yeah, it's definitely an investment, Davros. G'day, legends. Hey, drop the mic. I want to pick your brain too later about some of the stuff I've seen on your page, bro. The thongs came off. Game. That's right. If you go back to, and you remember George Bush is in Baghdad, and he's we decided to give the power to the Shiites, and he's with the Shiite, you know, president. And that dude comes in and throws his sandals at George Bush, and he's like, ducking and weeping. Classic. Thanks, bros. Appreciate your real LHLR. What's that again? I'm not with the. What's LHLR again? Pretty good for an ecotech. Aussie legend yell cheers. Cheers. Yeah, well, thanks for hanging and listening. Love, honor, loyalty, and respect. Oh, yeah, that's sick. Love, loyalty, yeah. Fuck yeah, Aussie, I'm slowing, looking for something like that. Last builder. When you're building a patrol or something, Davros, getting ready. Cheers. It's it runs well too, surprisingly, I know. I had a 99 VS U jacket. Oh no, that's right, I had a VS V8 Ute too, didn't we? That's right. Mel was pissed at me because we bought that for $5,000 in 2007, and then I went away on a course and swapped it for a VP, a trailer, and a WR450. Does the Army ever talk or help the Australian Federal Police with tasks? No, the AFP were over in Afghan because when we, from 2001 to 2009, 10, it was the RTF, we were rebuilding the task force, so we went over there to rebuild, not to fight anybody, to go in and fix everything the Yanks were fucking. And then in 2010, the government said, fuck this, we're going to show everybody how the Australians fight, so we decided to go in as the mentoring task force and grab the Afghan National Army and say, this is how you fight, boys. And that's what we did. And once we did that, that's when boys started getting, you know, hurt badly and we started losing loads. Yeah, mate. When I was a young fella in Toowoomba, 15, mate, I used to cruise around the old Datsun 120Y, mate. Get on the hill and do big rollbacks, mate, reverse to first, and nearly drop the fucking gearbox and the diff out of them. Could you play Fortnite? No, I can't play Fortnite. I just can't do that shit, yeah. Original interior, man. Gumtree swaps used to be good, man. I remember I was drinking at Bullies one night, and the lads in the early thousands, the bald lad with the glasses, no front teeth, and the earring came up to us and told us that he was an undercover cop and hit us up. Would you laugh at? Thanks, mate. For money, he hit us up for money. A few weeks later, I was in the Vale and he was drinking, dressed in his high vis. I was, fuck. I was like, don't worry, boss. I won't tell anyone you're on the job. Laugh out loud. contemplating, I want to put a V6 or something that fits in the screens. Woodsy, what's that song did you take? I had an 83. Oh, I had an 84. Was it a TG, babe?
Yep.
I had an 84 TG Gemini. It was a, fuck, what was that? Because I ended up boring. That was a 180, and I bored that out to a 2 litre. And then I got a fucking, it was called the smallest Holly carburetor that fit on it. Was called a bug spray, Holly 180. Oh, bro, I disconnected the back brakes, mate, with the clips, and I used to do fucking the maddest fucking line lockies in that thing, the little TG Gemini. That was mad. I love that thing. And just drive it in Australia. I can't import it into Thailand through 50k build. Oh, yeah, that would be crazy with the Barra in it. Fuck that, Ross. Is that the car you have over here? Barras are huge, isn't it? Have I missed anything here? No. Yeah, so, yeah. I took a few and added my pages playlist. Yeah, so, yeah, so there's like, it's hard for young fellas now. I mean, it's a hard place to navigate. And if you look at the defence of fucking suffering with recruiting, mate, America is not even making 50% of the recruiting they need. England, suffering. The Australian, g'day Chris, I have the video on my channel about Aussie whistleblower. I must admit, I have no background information. I'd like to know your thoughts because I know fuck all about it. You're talking about that medic, aren't you, mate? You're talking about the medic. I mean, maybe offline, mate, we'll have a chat. I don't really want to go public because I haven't got anything nice to say about that bloke, so I won't say anything at all. The WRX goes for a 2-door body conversion to his very impressive car, dyno. Whoa, what? Newton meters? What's that into horsepower? Is that like fucking 400 horsepower or something like that? I don't think so, Aussie, but don't have the engine bay to measure. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, cheers, bro. Yeah, I'm not even going to say, I say to my son, and that, if you've got nothing to say, good to say to somebody, then just shut your mouth. Nobody needs to hear it. But I'm happy to talk to you offline, my opinion, mate, but I don't want to put it public, because, yeah, I don't want to bag anyone. Yeah. But, fuck. Yeah, so but I had a great time. I think it was who was the young fella? Sloth. He was like, I was looking at some of your videos today. I might not be cut from that cloth. Yes, you are cut from that cloth. You're Australian, mate. We're all cut from that cloth. Like I said, I fucked up so much, but it's just how you take that. You just take it. You can either let it defeat you and go, fuck, or you can just let that go. Right, okay. I'm gonna use that just to be better. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. That's why we train we train in the field so much that if we're going to make mistakes, we make them there and we can learn. So we can take our best foot, professional foot. And are you going off live, sorry? Are you going to go off live? Not just yet, no. Is talk nothing to do with it. Oh, kilowatts. That's what I was thinking, kilowatts. Yeah, that's right. Did you know Soldier X? Not personally, but I know of him. Are you talking about with Bonner Robert Smith? I know him personally. I'm good mates with RS. And Mark Donaldson, the other VC winner as well. I'm good mates with both of them. Actually, RS, I used to box, and me and him, we boxed in Afghan together, mate. Trent from Punchy, are you that Trent from Punchy? Remember when he first came out? Was that an act or was that a real dude? Fuck, that was cool. Yeah, so where's SAS Bravo? He said that is he still around? He said that he's investigating war crimes. I wonder what war crime he's investigating. He'd be interesting to talk to because he said that he's actually doing that now. Aussie, I nearly lost my life in the Gemini. My mate wrapped me in a power. Oh, bro. Yeah, mate, me and my wife, we both had accidents that should have killed us. My wife, what were you driving, babe? You were driving what van was it?
I was driving a Bedford van from Darwin to Perth.
Yeah, Mel was driving a Bedford van and she had a trailer. Mel was used to do drag cars back when she was like 19, and she had an XD Falcon
Yep.
drag car on the back, and she ended up rolling the van. And up near, if you know WA, it was
Halls Creek.
Halls Creek. She lost it and rolled and rolled and rolled. And when I was on leave, a young soldier, I was 19. I'm flying home from Townsville trying to get to Brisbane. I fell asleep behind the wheel, mate, went off the bridge and ended up in a fucking creek, and I should have been dead too, but I sort of survived. I was a real bloke acting. He was a real dude, Chris. I met in a nightclub in Gosford. Who, sorry? Who? Aussie Pug, you have an angel on your shoulders. Them cats are like... Met a lad called what? Met a lad called Urbis. He was some sass top lad. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a couple of Sabre squadrons over there. I know a bunch of, I know a couple of the selectors. The guy, when RS got his VC, his patrol commander, me and him were like in the same section. I'm not going to say his name because he's still operating. Me and him lived in a pit together, mate, for a fucking whole year, bro. And, did jungle training, everything. I just didn't go over and try selection because I had a family, and I just saw all the guys going over there and they were breaking up with their wives and their family, and I thought, fuck, I can still make a massive impact here, and I'll still get my family and still lead from the front, like. But I just thought I could offer more, man. And, I'm a team player, and I can, like I said, I found my gift. I found my gift of grabbing a bunch of men, getting us together, forming one love. One common goal, and hitting hard. Fucking loved it. Hey, Blade 777, just made a cup of tea. Ah, lovely. I was just thinking about going and making a cup of coffee myself. Wild Booba, hey, fucking Spud Lee up in the Gladstone, bro. Spud Lee was a grunt too in the 90s, weren't you, bro? Not official Spring Bonnie UT. Hi, that's a cool name. Not official Spring Bonnie. Haha, story drop. Do you suffer from PTSD or no? Okay, this is a hard one. Look, I don't know if I want to get into it right now, but I don't suffer from PTSD as such as the gore and shit you see, like that. It didn't bother me that much, and I seem to drift all different ways. What got me was a particular time I was getting rocketed with my soldiers, and we thought we were gonna fucking die. I told a bit last night. I'm gonna probably do an official video for this, and we were copping it sweet, and the 107mm rockets would just fall down the sky right around us, mate. We were fucked, and I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't fucking scared or worried. It was just like, fuck, we're going to go out like this. I don't even get to have a punch on. I don't even get to fucking fight my way out of this. Is just going to cop it fucking sweet. You fucking dogs. That's the attitude I had. I got on the phone in the middle of fucking rockets coming around, and I'm ringing my wife, going, I fucking love you, man. I don't know what's going to happen. It was pretty crazy. So, and because my problem is that my fear is something happening to my soldiers, so you get this hypervigilance as a leader, right? This hypervigilance. They're looking to me and I'm looking to them. If I hurt or lose one of these guys, I've got their dead letter, I've got to go and see there. Why, fuck, mate, I didn't want to go there. So having that hypervigilance and that care for my lads, when you come out 9 months of being fucking just, there's no break. There's no break. Even when you sleep, you're sleeping with one eye open like a war zone. They don't tell you about the noise. When you get there, it's just fucking noise all the time. There's no break. Jets. It's insane, right? So you get to this hyper environment where it's just fucking full on all the time, and then all of a sudden you're taking out that bang, you're home. And you got, I'm at Woolworths and I've got people whinging about they've got a fucking like $50 for their power bill, and I've just seen a father see his kid get shot, and he's holding him he's been sitting there 2 days with his dead son in his blood. and you're worried about your fucking $50 electricity bill. It was hard for me to deal with that stuff. You know, if I've been in the pub and I hear someone start, I'll be like, shut the fuck up, you don't even know what hard is, you know. Because it was just this, it's more of a culture shock coming back into the Western world. All of a sudden I get to an airport and everybody's lined up. Over there it's just fucking, there's no, you know what I mean? So it's just shock. And so because I was hyper vigilant and my worry for my lads, that transitioned to my family. So now I'm like, I had this same thing with my family. I'm walking around, I'm watching six, I'm looking for what people are wearing on their belts and what way cars are driving in car parks. I'm just looking for threats all the fucking time. I can't turn it off. And then that transitioned into a nightmares, which is a guy coming down the hallway of our house, and he walks into my son's room, and I can see him into my son's room, and he looks at me, and I jump out of bed, and it's like the air is like it's like fudge. I can't. I'm trying to get through it, and he puts the fucking AK-47 in my son's mouth, and he goes, Dad, and the motherfucker pulls the trigger, and I see my kid's head blow across the pillow. So that's the fucking nightmare I have over and over and over. You know, but so it's not the trauma, it's just that hypervigilance of worrying about my soldiers so much that it transitioned to my family, and then it just, my cup got full and overflowed. And then my daughter started having dramas, running away and cutting herself at 14. I had to deal with that, and then my boss called me a liar, and I jumped the bench and fucked him over, and I ended up in a hospital for a bit, but I'm good. They worked out how to keep the gasket sleeved in the rotaries yet. I love rotaries, bro. Those are some love it. I hit tree doing 90 sideways in the Pajero when I was 17, just behind me, walked in, scratch free, but still felt it in my back for it. Yeah, I bet. In your opinion, what is the best special elite force team for the military? Special Air Service, bro. Can't beat them. Americans, Delta Force, they're the same league. Within the Navy SEAL community, Team 6, that's it. Well, they call them Dev Crew now, Development Crew. All the other Navy SEALs are fucking very deadly, very well trained, but they're Tier 2 or Tier 3 operators. Dev Crew is Tier 1. The Marines now have the Marine Raiders. They're a Tier 1 operation now. The British SAS, the British SBS, top level. The Israeli, you know, Mossad and their special Tier 1 operators are very, very well trained. The Gurkhas, they're very good. I mean, the Green Berets are good. They all have different roles, though. The Rangers are all different type of roles, but the SAS is the most versatile. When you're fucking stuck and we're in a jam in Iraq or Afghanistan and we need fucking good hard intelligence, all of the commanders that are running the war, the Americans, they all go to the Australian and the British and New Zealand SAS, mate, before their own. Spud, how are you, brah? Well, the Angels can stay at them, no problem. Hey, Raju Bates, hi. What's a grunt? Oh, a grunt is an infantry soldier, what we call an infantry soldier. They call them grunts because by the time we come out of the field, we smell like pigs. We're trying to though. We want to smell like the environment, right? Because you can smell people. It's funny as yourselves, like you'll be in the jungle 3 weeks, right? And you hear, oh, Colonel such and such is in town. He wants to come out and see how you're training in the jungle, man. And we'll be in a position, and all of a sudden you get a whiff of aftershave or fucking Colgate straight away, and then fucking through the things you see this fucking cunt come walking. You can smell him. You can smell his fucking the laundry liquid in his clothes. We don't want to smell like that. I don't want anyone to smell me coming. I want to smell like my environment. You know, like 8 weeks without showering. You know, that's why you've got to look after your personal hygiene, though. You know, you've got to look up, the parts that matter. You know, for me, I don't want to be rude to anyone. You know, your balls and your fucking dick and all that. You got to fucking keep on top of that. Obviously, your arms. Everything else, you try and, and when you're doing it with like non-scented wet wipes. So I didn't used to do that. I used to just take a bit of terry toweling and wash it and then fucking do what I need to do, like a bird bath. And then you're only doing it once a week or when you need to. You don't care if you smell like shit or dirt. It's better. You don't want to smell. Because I'm telling you, when you're in that environment, you're in that flow state and you all smell the same. You smell like the bush. You can smell people. You can smell someone light a cigarette, mate, from 100, 200 meters. It's crazy. So because of that, they call us pigs, they call us grunts. Rip a Billy chat. Bloody oath. Don't have to tell me twice. Cheers, brah. Where are you from? I was born in Whyalla, South Australia. And then my father joined the army in 1978. I was born in 77. So I was brought up an army brat. And he ended up as a spook, in Toowoomba and worked Pine Gap and doing things up in Bamaga, spying on the Indonesians, a whole bunch of stuff. And so I grew up in Toowoomba. And then when I turned 18, I left home, joined the army. Until 2017, I just left. And so I was in from fucking, I don't even know how old was I when I got out, 40 maybe, 41. So from 18 to 41, something like that, 42, whatever. Oh, God. And now, my wife and I, we've got 4 acres on the Fraser Coast up in Queensland now, mate. We own our own house. We built it ourselves and shit, so. I'm retired now. Every day Sunday for me, bro. Well, I'm with you. It's an army lad. Yeah, I just died in fortnight. I've seen it from afar, but it does take the L. What's that, man? Trinity from Punch Rolls. Cheers, brother Jacko. Thanks for answering, bro. I appreciate it. 141 subscribers. Fuck yeah, brah. Yup, that makes sense. We always, like, you should ask my wife. I would shower like 3 times. Like when we get home, right, we'll go to the shower and we're taking my weapon into the shower with me. I turn the shower on, and the first thing I do is I sit down, I pull my weapon apart. And I'm sitting in the shower with a fucking scrubbing brush and the detergent, and I'm cleaning my weapon. We're cleaning our weapons first, right? Once my weapon's clean, then I'll scrub myself, come out, dry, talk to the lads, get dry, go back in, have another shower, come back out, have 3 showers. And I might, Mel, like, oh, can you just grab milk or something on the way home? I'll get into Woolworths and people are like, and I'll get home and Mel will be like, oh my God, you fucking, and I've had like 3 showers. But the dirt's it takes days to come out of you, because when you're 8 weeks and you're living, and you're digging pits every night, you're digging in to chest deep, and then you're living in like 6-foot pits, and when you go to sleep, you're sleeping under the ground, because you build it. It's like building you got to dig the pit to the top button of the tallest guy in your pit, right? And that's where you're fighting. So you get your head out. That's how you're fighting, right? And when you go to sleep, you go into your pit and you go underground, so that if artillery fire comes in, we're good to go, bro. So you're digging all the time, and you can imagine that. Anyone that's done hard labour with digging, you're digging, dealing with your fucking hands getting ripped apart, sleeping in the ground. It's a different environment. It's fucking. I loved it because it was, it was making me fucking dangerous. It was good fun. It made me professional, hypervigilance. Coming to the bush and calming down, and a 420 and a good psychiatrist, and fuck, all is good. All is good sometimes. I'm just a man though. I still broke down. I have fucking anxiety attacks. It sucks. There you go, my pet. Yeah, Catherine, she knows. Yeah, so it's a weird one, eh? Yeah. Hurry up and wait, Sarge. Story of your life as a soldier. What are we doing? Just go over there and wait. When are we going? I don't know, just hurry the fuck up and wait. Sitting around airfields for days waiting for fucking aircraft to pick you up, and what's the matter? Yeah, so I saw, what's that, Steve, freeze the balls off your spud. Freeze the balls off a brass monkey. Okay, you're sleeping under the ground, okay. Oh yeah, I mean, what if mortars fall out of the ground? What if they start artillery fire? You know what I mean? Like if you're sleeping on top of the ground, and an artillery round, a 155 artillery round has a kill radius of about 20-30 meters with a secondary fragmentation zone of 180. And you're sleeping above the ground, and they start dropping fucking 20 of those out of the sky. Everyone's fucking dead. So you got to sleep underground, mate. You got to sleep. That's another for you. You got to deal with fucking claustrophobia. It's a whole thing, mate. It's a whole thing. But you need to do this shit. You need to do this shit. Oh crap! Oh, I'm getting behind again. I can see. What's the thoughts on on black people. I don't have any thoughts on black people. They're the same as me, as anybody. I don't see race. I don't see race at all. That makes a lot of sense, bro. I diagnose PTSD, and I'm extremely protective, hypervigilant as well, but I can explain it like you did because I try and dissociate from them feelings. I've had to, though. It was forced upon me, mate. You know, I was like those guys. I don't want to fucking talk to anyone. I don't need them. I'm fucking good to go. You can't break me. No way. What are you talking about? Weak. But, every man's got to come to it. And once, because I don't want my family to suffer. Because you start thinking crazy shit, right? And then you know who you are, and then you start assessing yourself at your best level, and the fact that you're not at that level, you start beating yourself up with guilt and all this fucking crazy shit. So I was just forced, and I dealt with I thought, fuck this, I'm gonna get fixed. I went through 7 psychologists till I finally found one that was like, think of your happy place when this, and like you said, sometimes when it just, I remember walking from the Treasury Casino to South Bank in Brisbane, and I got a car and I looked in the Brisbane River and something triggered and I got an anxiety attack and locked up. And, thinking of my happy place then, nah. So I found one that, taught me breathing techniques so that once you start to focus on your diaphragm and your breathing, straight away it takes you from that trigger, that thought process, because you've got to concentrate on your breathing. That worked for me anyway. And I worked with that, and then I got a good psychiatrist with some meds because I don't want to take the benzos and all anything that can be addictive, So I've got Seroquel and Endep when I need to take it. SAS, yeah, I would love to have a Rotary if it would fit. JDF 2, Joint Task Force 2, Willy Wonks. A Rotary will fit. Wishing you all peaceful days. Mate, grip a belly, brah. Isn't JDF the best special forces in the world? The joint... What? Okay, explain to me what your version of JTF2 is then. My phone died, but I'm back stronger than ever. I haven't used deodorant since I joined. True grunt all the way to the end, fucking Spudley. I'd have to pay someone. Will it cost me, Jack? Is it true after you don't bath properly, your skin reacts first when the... Bro, look at my arms. I've got dramas. Mate, from living in the jungle in my career, I've got fucking skin conditions and... Yeah, I'm consequent physically, bro. One time in 2011... a bunch of us got some weird fucking bacteria out of the dirt up there, and we got fucking trench foot, mate. And it got to the point where between my toes, you could see the bone. The flesh was eaten away between my toes. You could see the bones. I couldn't even have the bed sheet touch my feet. It was like fucking needles in my feet. And they're sending me to the best dermatologists in Brisbane, and these guys couldn't fucking figure it out. So they ended up getting this guy that was a doctor in Vietnam, and he was dealing with trench foot, and he came down, mate, and he got this compounding cream and gave it to us and got rid of it. But yeah, I struggle with fucking shit all the time, bro. Is it true after you bath? Yep. The first week after that, your skin reacts. Yeah, like I said, I've struggled with it, and not just me, everybody. Have you had a prickly heat? I could deal with that, mate, from the tropics. Doesn't matter though, but I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. My wife loves me just the way I am, and that's all I give a fuck about. Depends, bro, probably 5-10k. Filthy standing smokes. Ermi, Andre Edets. Trent, try not to wash your healthy microbes away. I could do that, I would love it. You don't see Eskimo having a shower. Aussie, talk to someone like Performance. Freeze their balls off, spud. Okay, you're sleeping under the ground, okay? Yeah, so, not all the time. It depends on the threat too and what you're doing. Like, if you're there to, because you probably heard me say the role of the infantry is to seek out and to close with the enemy, to kill or to capture him, to seize ground, to repel attack by day or night, regardless of season, weather, or terrain. That was the motto, mate. So, depending on what we're doing, if we're there, like, this is going to be a withdrawal route for coalition forces. We need you to fucking dig in and take that and protect that dirt at all costs. Then there's certain things we have to do. We've got to change. We've got to live in it. It gets crazy. But if we're on aggressive fighting patrols, then we're digging shell scrapes. So you're digging holes that are like, half a meter deep, so that you can sleep in at night time. So you're below the ground. So if artillery does come in, the strap. Oh, thanks, love. I love you so much. My wife just dropped me a coffee. She's the best. Hey, baby. No. Yeah. So when the rounds come in, at least you're below the level of the ground, so the shrapnel will come across, and just hope one doesn't land in your pit, right? When you're sleeping underground, you can have a round land in your pit and you still usually survive that shit. Okay, yeah, so so when you're out doing aggressive fighting patrols, you might be given like a 10-kilometre square piece of dirt, and they just go, we need you to search every square inch of that. You've got 2 weeks. So you come up with a fucking patrol, and you've got to look for weapon caches, enemy sign, intelligence, a bunch of stuff we're looking for. Uncle Chris, that's my niece. Uncle Chris, what food did they have? Who, us? We have ration packs.
Kids love 'em.
Combat ration packs. Pretty good. The Yanks have MREs, meal ready to eat. They're pretty cool. They used to have like this thick shake that was like, we used to swap like money. We're pretty good. The Australians looked after us. Whenever we went into a war zone, even in the FOBs, we'd have cooks, and we had all our meat coming from over. We ate good over there. I'd get up in the morning, I'd have 10 boiled eggs, 2 bowls of oats. At lunchtime, we usually have a steak and a bunch of greens and fucking maybe like a jelly cup or something to try and like have a dessert. And at dinner time, it was usually again just protein and greens, and we're drinking water most of the time. I used to have the odd Red Bull, and I don't mind coffee. What state are they in? Message retracted. Ripper belly. Alright. I'm not gonna do that, but you know what I mean, yeah. So, 30 people. Is that 30 people? I think that's the most I've ever had. That's pretty cool. Shout out to all 30. That's awesome. Having a great old time. Ask me any more questions. I'll answer anything. I don't mind. I don't mind. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Shit.
Oh shit, okay, fuck, what am I missing? Oh, my thing's gone frozen. Bowling and Spudley, oi, Cloudy, Kiwis are kings of the Cloudscape, Mysterious, Ozledge. And they also dig most of other special forces out of messes. The most elite forces from Navy SEALs and SAS have been recorded saying, time after time, saying JTF is the best around. What is JTF though? What do you mean JTF 2? That doesn't make any sense to me, mate. Unless they're that elite, I've never heard of them, but I don't fucking think so. Fuck, why is it stopped on my bloody fucking phone? Oz Legend, I like questions. Yeah. Oz Legend. Hey, tell the newcomers about Mr. Lieutenant Dan. Is that Nef Cafe or International Roast? Oh, International Roast. Do not swear at me. Nef Cafe, mate. Favorite war military movie? We Were Soldiers. Best, mate. That's awesome. It's the first time Americans decided to use helicopters to deliver troops into a battlefield. It's an awesome movie. Is the Special Forces of Canada. Well, that mate, I've never heard of those guys. So, and I've worked with like I know some of the best of the SAS, mate. And we have an organisation called Dot 14, which is, and then they're starting to go into ACES. But JTF 2 sounds like a ghost. What was the favourite weapon in terms of using active duty? Just us, or is it that the dumb question? No, no, it's not a dumb question. No question's a dumb question, bro. The only dumb question is the one not asked, mate. Well, mate, I'm a sucker for the Steyr, the bullpup. It's the Steyr Mark II. It was an extension of my appendages, mate. It was me. I carried it for 22 years. I knew it inside and backwards. I went to Kapuka as a recruit instructor and taught it. Mate, I could give you a weapon lesson on it right now. I can strip it in my head right now, blind. It was, mate, and I shot M4s, I shot the SA-80, M16s. I didn't like him. Mate, the Steyr is a fucking great weapon, and you can just go from semi to automatic just with a flick. It's a beautiful weapon, and I like the magazine. And bullpup is the magazines behind the trigger guard. So when I have the magazine forward, it used to get in the way I used to like to operate the weapon. So shit, brother Chris, once for Warriors now. Was scaffolded, brother Chris. Once for Warriors. Yeah, I've watched Once for Warriors. I just don't like the domestic violence. I mean, it rubs me the wrong way. I can't stand a man that hits a woman. If I see that shit, I'm gonna fucking run through you. I can't stand that. 35. Woohoo! Welcome and thank you all. Yeah. Chris, tap chat filter to top messages and then back. Oh, okay. What? How do I do that? I don't want to fuck this. I know it. I don't want to fuck it. It's cool. Iron, what are you up to, chap? I'm just at home, mate. Just telling some stories, trying to encourage young fellas to think about joining the army rather than, maybe having a life of crime if they didn't have a good male role model in their life. Maybe, think about being a patriot and serving their country. You'll get mates for life, ones that won't turn on you in a courtroom and shit like that. True, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Yeah, bit of rough watch. Setting symbol, top of chat.
What?
You're talking to me, Sally. The 3 dots right hand corner of the phone. Why doesn't my phone doesn't have 3 fucking dots? I've got. If I fuck this over. Here. Okay, here we go. Got a link, digger. Give JTF. Okay, I will, mate. I will. Maybe I just was never around when they were being operated with, but mate, I was in the SOTG task operation group in Kandahar, mate, where we're running special operations out of that room. I was in that room, mate, and I'm telling you, there was no JTF2, bro. We were using DevCrew, we were using Delta Force, we were using .14, we were using SAS, but with JT, mate, never heard of them. So, but mate, if that's the case, it doesn't mean I don't know everything. What was your favourite gun, Spud? 2 truths. Wilbur, 4 dots. I think I've got it back now. 4 dots, brother Oz. Okay, yep. Can you explain how Osama bin Laden evaded the US military for so long? I can, yeah, I can. He knew what was going to happen, right? He obviously knew what was going to happen. So he planned what he was going to do. Make sure the Americans seen him come into Afghanistan. So they go there. He rips out through Tora Bora, which is the mountain range that goes into Pakistan, and they've got fucking tunnels through there, everywhere, hospitals, everything, right? And he went into Pakistan, thinking it's going to be harder for the US to do an attack on Pakistan because they're outside of the, the country invading, so there's a diplomatic thing there. And then he hid. He hid well, and he was smart not to use any internet or phone. He used like face-to-face runners. And that's a good story. There's a young lady that always wanted to be the CIA. I think she passed the CIA in 2003 or 4, and she went to her boss, and she was like one of the best if she could be the task force to search for bin Laden. And she's the one, over 9 years or 10 years, searching for him, that found him. And the way they did it was they finally, because they're taking satellite imagery, the Americans got some great stuff, they're taking satellite imagery, and because he's such a tall man, he was 6'7", they got him because he'd come out every morning on his second balcony and he'd have his cup of coffee and he would pace. He'd never leave his building, but he'd pace on this thing. And at the time of day, they could measure his shadow. And once they measured his shadow and they got it like a bit of a fuzzy from satellite from like 72,000 K, they got imagery of him. Then they got people to go and say, yep, I think this is him. And then they went into the war room, Hillary Clinton and fucking all those dicks went to Dev Crew or SEAL Team 6. We know where it is. This could be a suicide mission. We think that there's going to be suicide bombers at best inside the house. We think the house is going to be rigged with explosives. You may not come back. Do you want to do this mission? They said yes. They thought they were going one way because they thought when they land, the house is just going to blow. And that wasn't the case. They went in there. They had a little firefight in the hallway. Went upstairs. Bin Laden grabbed his wife and children as shields. One boy grabbed the wife and children and dived. And as he did that, the other lad, 2 in the fucking head and 1 in the chest. My English teacher in college. Oh, shit. What was your take on the fucking 9/11? Don't get me there, bro. Does the RSL help you out now and are they any good?
No.
I don't want to, mate. I don't want to get into the RSL. It's a return service leagues club for fucking return servicemen. And sometimes they won't let me in because I don't have fucking my ID or something. I'm like, this establishment's for fucking. I don't want to like have egomaniac, but I just want to come and have fucking lunch, bro. I've been to war 3 times. Can't I just come and have lunch? No, you don't have your ID. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, you know. But it's not their fault. It's, you know, they're young girls and they're told that they, you know, but they just don't understand, man. It's not their fault. But yeah, I do love the RSL. I mean, it's good, but it's too politicalised. What's your take on 9/11, bro? Could put it here. Do you think China will try to invade Australia? No way, mate. That's why, if you know geopolitics, Americans have put 6,000 Marines permanently stationed in Darwin. And when you have 6,000 Marines in Darwin, that comes with an aircraft carrier. China's not coming our way for a while. The year I joined up Army Reserve, they changed from green to camo. Yeah, that's right. Yep. I mean, it was 91 or 92. They went from the SLR to the Steyr. I've got to go and cook moo steaks, moo meat, pork, Thailand. I like my missus, not... No, it's not. Pigs go oink, oink, cows go moo, no. Never goes down that well, bro. Sorry, Jack, I didn't write it down. The name of the Rotary place, can you please tell me again? I think they meant the RSL advocates. They help servicemen to get DVA support. Yeah, some do, yeah. And some of them have chips on their shoulders. One time I went down into the advocates in Gympie and then they questioned me. Where have you been? What have you done? I'm like, who the fuck talks to someone like that? What are you talking about? I'm just walking in here to get some advice, mate. Where have I been? What have I done? What are you... I don't know. You know, it's just... But it's not... Again, it's not the system or the advocates. It's the people in the positions, man. JDF2 means the only foreign special operation unit, SEAL Team 6, no, SAS was side by side with Delta, bro. They're experts trained to operate in the world's deadliest places. Yeah, they all tier 1 operators are, mate. All tier 1 operators. And what's the deadly... What class is the deadliest places in the world? I mean... I can tell you a few that you've probably never heard of. Age performance, pack performance, good. I hate Aussie so much. Cheers, mate. I love training them with the SIGs. Fuck yeah, bro. Yeah, our camo is a good one for sure. US Digital Urban camo looked cool, but it didn't match the terrain of the battleground, if I remember right. Yeah, mate, what they did with our camo barge Blatten, they took a bunch of photos at, I think it was 15,000 feet of Australia, and then they put it through an algorithm and the computer sort of comes up, because you don't want to be seen from the sky, right? It's easy to hide from guys looking for you when we're on the ground, but you don't want to be seen from the sky. So you want to, when you got to think of what you look like on top. So that's why we're in the ground as well. But yeah, so the algorithm, and that's what they decided to give us, that DPCU, and it's quite effective. You know, when you're in an environment and you stay still and you don't move, man, your eye just goes straight past them. Industrial environments like train or weather. What a fuck with AJ. How did you know or where you were? How did you know? What do you mean? What do you mean, Holly? How did I know where I was? Yeah. Oath, bro, that's dope. I met ex-Spetsnaz. Yeah, Russians, yep. He was a fucking hard old cunt, yeah. Yeah, Russian Spetsnaz. But still, mate, you know, they're a little loose. They're a little loose. Tier 1 stuff, but JDF is the best across the board. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I mean, I've operated in that environment, mate, in the most dangerous places on this planet, and I've never seen no Canadian JDF. I'm not questioning you, but I've I've, I've, I've seen the best get Victoria Crosses like 4 on 110, 20 Taliban, like 4 men against 120, and they killed them all. Like, I mean, it doesn't get any more dangerous than that, bro. Tier 1 stuff, but JDF is the best across the world. Well, then, that's good, man. I mean, 22 years I did, man. I did 3 9-month deployments, 9 months in Iraq, 2 9-month deployments in Afghanistan. I did a fucking tour of Bougainville, peacekeeping. I've been all over the fucking country. I've trained with the Yanks. I've trained with Canadians, the Mounts. I've trained with Gurkhas. I've trained with Philippines. I've trained with fucking everybody. And I've never come across JDF 2. I mean, doesn't mean I know fucking everything either, though, you know? I'm just a man. Oh, yeah. Men, these guys are ones who dig you out. Okay, dig me out. Sorry, mate. I don't want to be. I don't want to patronise anybody, but no one's coming to dig me out. Get Davros Caesar. Ben Robert Smith. Ben Robert Smith is the most decorated war soldier we have in Australia right now. His name is Corporal Benjamin Robert Smith, MG, VC. That's his official name. Thanks for your service, brother. No worries, Willy Wonks. And like I said, I don't want to call you. I just have never heard of them. It's interesting to me to say that, you know, that these guys are like, you know, the other tier 1s look to them. I just never heard of them. I was not a tier 1 operator, bro. I was never in the special force. I'll get that straight now. I was never in the special forces, bro. I've worked alongside them and I've worked with them, but I was never one of those guys. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be one of those guys. I wanted to do what I did. I wanted to do conventional ops. You know, I wanted to be out there and talking to the crowds and fucking leading my men and doing what I fucking do best. And we've all got a part to play, right? I mean, if there's no soldiers, there's no tier 1 operators. You know, special forces can't win the war. You know, people say they're the tip of the dagger, they're the tip of the spear. That's it. But they're not going to win unless you have the handle and the metal part behind them, right? We all work together. Nobody's better than anybody else. There's no egos. There's no chips on their shoulders. We all have a fucking job to do. Everybody. The transporty, the cooks. The cooks, they're the most important. If we don't get food, we fall over. Boom. You know, like, everybody's important. Everybody is important. We all need each other. I mean, we need the clerks there. They're making sure that I'm getting my fuel budget's right. They're making sure our pay's right. They're making sure my holiday's right. They're making sure my administration's right. That's so fucking important to me. The queue system, when I need ammunition, fuck, I need warm weather gear. I need wet weather gear. I need this. I need that. You know, everybody, without that particular part, it just falls apart. So there's no egos. There's no, you're better than me, or I'm better than that, or you didn't do this or that. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. Not with Australians, anyway. That's definitely why these guys are on top of the line, and one of the reasons they're so secretive. Okay. Corporal Ben Robson, VC. Where's the shirt? What, my shirt? It's, like I said, I've got a fucking fireplace going, bro, and it's like 45 degrees in here. If I'm offending anyone, I'll put a shirt on, though. I don't care. I'm offending anyone. But I'm not that bad, am I? I don't give a fuck anyway. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks of me. 100%. I was going off when you were saying earlier you were raiding special forces units. but I was going off what you were saying earlier. You were rating the SAS. The SAS is the best, mate. Like I said, I've been in the depths of Iraq and Afghanistan, mate, at the worst times. And the best I saw were the SAS. There was no JTF2 saving anybody. Not to say they weren't there doing what they do. They might have been chasing dudes in caves. They might have been, fuck knows, creeping around on the roofs of Taliban houses. I don't know. But, we'll need everybody. Just some food for thought. Yeah, no, for sure, mate. I will look them up. JDF2. And I've worked with all the special forces groups, and I've never ever even talked about them. And I had a top secret negatively vetted. I had top secret clearance. I had access to every drone. I saw mate. Cold here tonight, 8 degrees, big dog. Yeah, man, it's well, I think it probably 8 outside, but it feels like 50 in here. I've got the windows open. It's still fucking chasing ghosts up Barjar River. Yeah, that shit's easy to get, man. I have one. Oh, sorry, has what?
Is he talking?
Shit, my English teaching. Oh, shit, I'm way behind again, aren't I? Sorry, Jacqueline. Oh, no, what's going on here? I'm all over the place. All get better. So I'm scrolling up here. Yeah, that shit's easy to get, man. I have one. Got in basics ages ago. What are the drones like? Excellent. Some of the cameras, mate, on the drones are over $4.5 million. I can tell you right now, at 22 kilometers, I can zoom up to your nose, bro. And then we got our weapon systems. From 3 or 4 kilometers, mate, we can zone them in and literally take out the hub of a bicycle, mate. What state am I in? I'm in Queensland, mate. I'm up on the Fraser Coast, up near Tin Can Bay and that. A stone one, big dog. What was your trade? I was infantry, and then I went to Kapuka, and I recruit instructor, and I taught basic, and then I went to specialised communications. Big love, my brother Chris. I've got to hit the LZ on my stream, mate. All right, brother. LZ, the landing zone. Thanks for popping over, Spud Leeway. How were you operating drones then? I wasn't operating drones. I was where the guys that were operating the drones, like in a bunker, right? I'm in a special operations room with fucking digital TVs, mate. Okay, and I've got all the feeds right in front of me. Jack, I've eaten all my ice cream, munching. My bad, I misheard you. That's cool. Ask and challenge me on anything, mate. Nobody can offend me or hurt me. I've got nothing to prove to nobody. I don't give a fuck, but I'll answer your questions as honest as I can. But yeah, mate, like I tell you, I think I've told you this before. I'll do a video on it tomorrow. But mate, I'm in a room where there's Apache pilots here, Fast Air here, Warthogs here, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Infantry, Marines, fucking the Scottish Fusiliers that were down in Helmag, and the intelligence is coming into this room through different types of feeds, and we're making decisions on the intelligence that we're getting, and then we send that out to the people that need to do it, and then we go out and reinforce, and it's a whole fucking thing. You're all over the place doing crazy shit. Because when you specialise in the telecommunications, mate, you gotta go. It gets that, like when you're doing like HF communications, VHF, or if you're doing satellite communications, man, you've got to be there because there's so many fucking variables. I got fucking Ross River fever, eh, in Tin Can Bay, little fuckers. Ross River, bro. They used to make us see doxycyclone, bro. You have to eat doxycyclone, you know, because if you get malaria, what it does, it keeps it in your liver, I think. You keep the doxy, it gets the malaria and all your diseases, I think, in your liver or your kidneys, and then when you get home, you go on this other tablet, and it sort of cleans it out of your system. I couldn't deal with doxy, though. I deal with doxy, and I'm dreaming of fucking crazy things, and it makes you sensitive to the sun, and I was like, fuck this doxy. And I'm in Afghan Iraq, I haven't seen a fucking mosquito yet. Too hot. I fucking... Big dog and prime possum time. See you all next time. Thanks, Woodsy, for popping in, brother. I appreciate it, mate. So I could only imagine with these many boys together deployed, what's the best prank you've seen or, or, or done to one of the boys yourself? I never really liked it. I never really liked pranking guys because at the end, even though it's fun, it's sort of you're undermining one person. You're having, even though it's a fun environment, it got done to me as a leader. I didn't like it, mate. I didn't like that type of stuff. But one guy, like when you're doing 8 weeks and you're because you got to remember when you come at night time, no light, no nothing, you're sleeping, and then you got to get up and do gun picket, right? You got to do 2 hours before 12 and 2 hours after 12, and you're just on a gun, just looking into the darkness for movement, right? So, doing that shit. Fuck. Hang on, just lost my train of thought here. What the fuck? Oh yeah, so one guy wouldn't get up for picket, right? Because he was so tired. So everybody went over there and pissed on his hoochie, and he woke up to like 4 of us pissing on his hoochie.
What about leeches?
Mel just reminded me, we were in the jungle, right? Have you guys ever to deal with leeches? Right? Like in the jungle, they're all over you, right? And the only way you can get them off is with a fucking knife. You cut it out, and then you're bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, or with a lighter, but you're still bleeding because they have this thing in your blood where it just doesn't let you clot. And this guy didn't like leeches, and he used to have like a bivy bag, which is a bivy bag, just like a waterproof thing that goes around you like a zipper. When he was on picket, we all grabbed leeches, mate, and we threw him in his fucking farter in his bivy bag. And he woke up in the morning, man. He woke up in the morning with leeches in his eyelids, mate. He had him in his... He woke up and he thought he'd bit his cheek in the middle of the night. He's like... And looked in the mirror and he's got 3 leeches in his mouth, or in his neck, and his ears, and his eyelids. He was freaking out so hard, bro. That was pretty funny. And we do small tricks like, when you're on picket and you got your boots, if you get the chance to sleep with your boots off, which sometimes is rare, while you're sleeping, I'll go and get a bunch of rocks and I'll shove them all down in the end of your toes. So when you go to put your boots on, you jam your toes straight into all these rocks in your boots. We do shit like that. Or your magazines, you like to have your magazines a certain way. So when you're doing magazine changes, you're not even looking, it's just instinctive. So you just turn them the other way and they're like bang in the jam at the bottom of the magazine, just little things like that probably isn't funny to you guys, but it's like that. It's sort of fun you get to have, I suppose. Thanks, Deborah, as I sit here picking my brain for these questions. Salt makes them let go. Yeah, but you got to fuck around and take the time to do it. So just cut them or burn them. It hurts still, but whatever, just want to get rid of it. Sometimes you just leave them on, Sometimes I just leave it on because I'd have them on my ankles and you take them off and then you finish walking at the end of the day and you don't realise you've been bleeding all day and all your socks and your boots are just fucking red, mate. So sometimes I just leave them on. Ticks too. Ticks were pretty bad. Like one time I think I pulled off 25 ticks off one of my soldiers. I had to have lined up and I pulled 25 off one. I was pulling ticks off people all the fucking time. You got to deal with ticks, spiders, listen to my golden orbs. I was patrolling all night, getting golden orb web, getting bitten by them, and you're in the dark, aggressive patrolling, so you can't freak out. This spider's going across your head. So again, you're starting to learn to control that fear, and then by the end of the night, you give a fuck about spiders and creepy crawlies. Who cares? Big dog prime, see you all. Oh fuck. What did you? Am I retired? I am, brother. I am now, mate. Yep. Sure am, bro. Me and my wife bought 4.5 acres up here in the Fraser Crows. We built a house. I've got a fucking 6 bay garage. I've got dirt bikes and fucking. I'm living my best life I can, mate. Now I'm never gonna leave my wife again. I'm gonna leave my family again, ever again. I'm staying right here, unless these motherfuckers land on the beach. Once they land on the beach, bro, it's off. I'm grabbing boys. We're going to the beaches and we're gonna fucking give it to those cunts, mate. This is Australia. They're not having it. Not all. Not Woodsy. Good question, Jack. Were you lost for purpose after living? Mate, I still am, Trent. I still am. I miss it every fucking day. Yep. Yep. I was a leader of men. I used to lead men into battle, into war, mate. It was my fucking purpose. It was my everything. It was everything to me, mate. Everything. Yes. We'd be covering and yabbering. We kids yet, or fire for ticks. Nah, fire for ticks. People used to say, like, anti-clockwise, just grab it like that, bang. If the head doesn't come out, take big skin and just rip it out, mate. You do whatever you got to do. Most of them don't hurt you, like paralysis ticks and that. It takes ages and ages and ages to fuck with a human, man. We'll dig that fucker out first. Leeches, bloody things. I know a few people I call leeches. Davros. I know a few of them too, Davros. Fuck that bro being running up screaming, fuck spiders, sorry, Sard. One bloke did, mate. One bloke dropped it and, you know what we're doing, and the spider web hit him and his torch is on. He's dropped his fucking... You know, but that's the last time he did that. You know, because we all want to do that, but you just got to, that's what I mean, just grab a hold of your heart rate, grab a hold of your fear and go and just fucking, and channel it. Not worry, but that's what I'm saying. Danger is fucking real. Fear, you can control. You're the master of your fear. You just got to learn. The way you become that is being in that headspace where in your most fearful situation all the time to the point where you get comfortable with it. And then you can control it to benefit you. Fire makes them back out and jump. Yeah, I usually just cut them off. Oh, shit. Yeah, call me what you... Without getting Lyme's disease. Yeah. Geez, you'd be unlucky, eh? I mean, you know... I had to, dude. I had to tell him to fuck it off. He had a tick, and he used to, mate. To him, and he had a name for it, and he used to pet it and shit. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm just having fun, and he just want to see how big you could grow this tick on him. I know what's called like anticoagulant. Many fish have the same. I used to clip myself like a Spanish mackerel tooth and something, and it just wouldn't stop bleeding. That's right. That's what the leeches do. And that's what I mean. You'll pull it off, and you got it off, but that wound doesn't clot, and it's just bleeding. All, and you go to look at your, and you're like, holy, what? Looks like you just fucking cut your leg off. Stop swearing. I can't. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend anybody. It's just. I'm a soldier, mate, you know. It's not like it's just filler in the words for me. I'll try, but I'm not gonna promise. I'm not gonna change for myself though. Like, I'm sorry, brah. Can't help it. But I don't mean any offense by it, obviously. Grass juices have enzymes that clot the blood. Okay. Yep. I mean, I done my combat first aid course, you know, which is, you know, a few modules off being a full paramedic. You know, I could give IV, I could stitch, I could secure airways, nasopharyngeal, oropharyngeal, I could do sucking chest wounds. I could do pneumothorax, hemothorax, you know, if your lung's being compressed because of bleeding or it's being compressed because there's air, I could be able to do all that shit, man. Don't stop swearing, it's just you, bro. Yeah. It's just me, man. I'm on a, you know, yeah, it's just me. I don't mean anything by it, so don't take offence. You know, I was a soldier. I was a soldier, but you know, like sometimes when you're in the shit, fucking move. It works, bro. It just works. I don't know. Yeah, mate. In Australia, you know, the CUNT, the cunt word, mate. It's a term. It's a term of endearment. You know, like he's the best cunt I've ever seen. But then it can be like shit too, like fuck you. You know what I mean? It's like it's a term of endearment. You know, to me. You know, he's the best cunt I've ever had. And we could be, oh, this is a kind of a situation. You know, like it's just the way it is. It's just fun, man. Yeah, loads of Aussies swear, yeah. But I'm sorry if it's hurting the ears. I don't mean anything by it. It's just a filler word for me. Yeah. Nicholas, maybe you should stop being. It's just being authentic for an Aussie. I know, but I mean, you know, it sucks to be known as all those guys that swear a bit. But then again, nah, who cares? You know, who cares? People love it. When you go overseas, people freak out, mate, the way we talk at school. And because there's not very many of us around, you know, in the deployments, you know, it's, you know, not many of the other armies get to deal with Australians. So when you come into an area, you sort of like, not a celebrity, but, oh, there's an Aussie, let's go fucking. And they're doing all the things, you know. Do that crocodile Dundee, that's not a knife, this is a knife. You're like, oh, so you're doing all these sayings they want you to say. It's fun though, you know, they want your slouch hat, they want to know about your patches, and they're like, oh, Aussies, Aussies, Aussies. Bro, it's like you don't swear to me, it's like, what country you from again? That's right, I mean, you know, and even a lot of Aussie women, like, you know, like a lot of Aussie women, when they've had a few drinks and that, and they're loose and they're just talking, it's just the way we are, you know, nobody really it's just part of, I think. You know, it's funny because I grew up with strict Christian parents, you know, so they didn't want me swearing at all as a young man. You know, my dad was a martial artist teaching karate and Toowoomba, so I was doing martial arts and playing rugby league and, you know, and going to church quite often and like youth groups on Friday nights. And so it wasn't part of my, you know, swearing wasn't really around in my house. But when I joined the army, oh boy. Oh boy. Laugh it, I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's the Aussie way. Yeah. I suppose it is offensive. You know, you get some like toffee from England going, you know, swearing shows lack of education or lack of thought process or lack of this. No, it doesn't. It does not. It's got nothing to do with that, buddy. I've got a shocking mouth. I'm a truckie's daughter. That's right, Catherine. That's right.
Me too.
Yeah, yeah. And Mel, you know, we just, you know, because we're not meaning it offensively, you know. We're not, you know, when we say the words, we don't mean them for what people around the world, you know. When you say the cunt word, you know, people are, oh, women do it. And it's like, no, it's not. No Aussie thinks of that like that. You know what I mean? Hello from New Zealand, Jay Powell. G'day, mate. Thanks for popping in. Swear like a sailor should be changed to swear like a soldier. Well, I've never said swear like a sailor. We used to say swear like a trooper. I met heaps of Thai people over here. They like it. Oh, I know Aussie. Shit, fuck, cunt, motherfucker. Yes, I know Australian. That's sad in a way too because of that, but it's sort of unique, isn't it? It's us. And you can only be Australian and understand and laugh at that probably. Like, I don't know about any other country, but you walk to a house over here and say, oi, cunt, what the fuck's going on here? And why the fuck isn't the beer cold, cunt? And that's acceptable. And it is because there's no one being offensive by it. It's just like, oi, when you say that, it's like, hey, mate, why is the beer cold, bro? It's the same thing, isn't it, right? But when you say it with your mates and use that word, it's almost like I said, a term of endearment. You're not a mate, he's my cunt. You know what I mean? I mean, we could break it down and talk about it from different ways. Shout me out and I will subscribe. Starbucks Queen. That's a cool name. Laugh out loud. English is any bit isn't any better. They just have another way to get away with it in their bad language. That's right. That's exactly right. You know, that's right. Like it's weird how they refer to an ass as a fanny. You know, that's weird to me. A fanny? What? I know this. I have that in my family. Laugh out loud. That's right. Jack, laugh out loud. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. So what was it? What 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, and we're feeling all right. But also, know that cunt down the road. Yeah, he's fucked, eh? We're some simple people. That's right. I mean, or it's, and depending, because we use the cunt as a term of endearment. So to me, you start, if you someone you don't like, someone that, someone that hits women, for example, or treats women like shit, mate. My worst, I hate people like that. To me, you start other words like gronk, dog, putrid, and I think to me that's more insulting than, oh, he's a cunt, you know what I mean? But also, that cunt, yes, they say fanny way too much. It's weird. It's really weird. It's funny because even though we speak English with the Americans, you can have a conversation with an American, especially if someone from the South, and we can be talking and not understand. Like, I was having a conversation with this guy, and he goes, "Oh, do you want a dip?" And I'm thinking, this cunt knows where to go for a swim. You want a dip? But he's talking about fucking chewing tobacco. They have this tin of chewing tobacco, and they call it dipping. So I'm thinking he's talking about swimming, and he thinks, why is he talking about a pool? Did he want chewing tobacco? And then I said, back home I hit the piss. And then, to me, that's alcohol, but to him, he's like, piss? You drink urine? And you're having this, look, and you're looking at each other, and then you go, and then we come together and go, oh, and then we start laughing at, wow, we're both speaking English, and we didn't even understand what the fuck we're talking about. And why a dog is an insult? I don't know why, because I love dogs. I've got 3 of them. I love dogs. But I always thought that, you fucking dog, and I'm like, why do we say that when it's man's best friend? But we do it, don't we? I find it funny some people name their children Fanny. That's right, yeah. I mean, as a teenager growing up, a Fanny was like, a girl thing or whatever, It's like a nice way of saying it, I suppose. Why is champ an insult in prison? I think it's condescending, isn't it? It's like condescending, like, yeah, champ. You think, it's a condescending term, I would say. Night, guys, I'm off to bed. Yeah, Jack, no worries, brother. Thanks for hanging out, mate. We had a good chat, too, over with Hookstagram this morning, too, man. That was pretty cool, treating in there. I'm going to try and get more of that environment over there. There's some bunch of good lads over there and lasses. So thanks, Jack. Laugh out now, I'm not wrong. Front bum is a fanny to me. Yeah, that's right, a front bum, that's right. Night, Jack. Night, Jack. Yeah, that's right. For JJ, or there's all little names we call it, isn't there? Night, Jack, from my sister, Lisa. Lisa, that's my sister. There's no champion in jail. That's probably why. Right.
Good point.
I mean, your legend, could be condescending too. Oh, you're fucking legend, depending on how you use it. Champ stands for kitty tampers.
Oh,
What?
shit.
What, like pedos? My sister is Lisa too. That's awesome. Lisa, that's a good name. We named our daughter Sarah. I thought that's beautiful because we were looking for definitions, and then in Hebrew it meant my princess. So that's why we called our daughter Sarah, and we called our son Joshua, which is really good because now he's 21. He's full Christian now, and he loves it because Jesus' name in Aramaic was Yeshua, so he loves that. Yep, nice, great name. That's right. Boss is one not many people know, a no-go. Boss is the one not many people know is a no-go. I suppose, boss, because you're talking to screws, right? It's like it's a prison sort of giving shit to the screws or the authority in those environments, right? I've never been in prison, so I couldn't tell you anything about any of that stuff. That's I have no knowledge at all.
You should have.
Huh? Yeah, mum, well, good, I should have gone to prison. Like I said, I've been in the lockup heaps of times. Heaps of times in the lockup. But that's different. That's, for fucking fighting or being a dickhead and the cops getting there, mate. Like one time I was telling guys they set me down the very end cell in Townsville with 13 or 14 Aboriginals at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in there by myself in the back in the corner. I'm like, right, I'm going to hit him in the throat. I'm going to grab his fucking, I'm doing this in my head, and luckily they were all full of piss, and it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. I didn't give a fuck, so I just sat there just like this, ready to go the whole night. I was like, you fucking pricks. There's like 10 empty cells I could have gone in, but they sent me in there. Probably see what I was made of, I don't know. I'm just glad I didn't have to fucking go to war with them. New Zealand uses boss out of respect. Oh, me? I'm from Rotorua. Oh, boss. Have a drink, eh? Interesting. No, just in general. Interesting. What's that, Cloudscape? What's interesting, brother? Stuart is wild for the stories. Yo, an Aussie. Through and through, born and bred. I got Anzac in my lip. I got the flag on my chest. I got the fucking flag here. I'm Aussie through and through. I got mates and memories on my wrists. I live, breathe, die Aussie. Me too, brother. Yes. Bang. Sweet. Yeah, mate. Eureka! That's what they would have been saying in the 1870s, right? When the gold was going crazy out Ballarat. I mean, the Eureka Stockade, right? It was meant to be our civil war, but because of our multiculturalism, we peacefully protested, and I think that's proud history to have. Every other fucking country ended up in revolution wars or civil wars. We didn't. Could have easily gone that way, but it didn't. And I think that's why the blue flag, the Eureka Stockade, is a cool flag to have, because it's a sign of our maturity and our multiculturalism and how far we'd come. And we did learn from other peoples around the world that warring, people fighting the government is not the answer. So, Eureka, definitely. She's apples, yeah. She'll be apples. I used to say that all the time. She'll be apples, boys. Yeah, bro, it's deep. I have the Eureka flag on my wall. That's right, mate. Eureka Stockade flag, yep. Some people tie it to like Ned Kelly and his whole thing, but it's got nothing to do with that. It's to do with the symbolic, I think, of that could have been our civil war, but we're mature, we protested, we sorted it out like fucking real men. We've sat and talked, and I think that represents that, mate. It's really, I respect you, bro. Love your work. I'm going to subscribe. Yeah. Cheers, mate. How old are you, mate? I'm trying to talk young men to join the army. Absolutely, you're on the money. Yeah, yeah.
Shit.
I'm 28. Yeah, right. What do you do, bud? Yeah, that's good. It's good. I like talking about that. Not a lot of Aussies really know the ins and outs of that. Like I love anything Australian history, Australian military history. I'm almost, and I know everything about Gallipoli, the Western Front, the Somme. I know all about the African campaign in World War II with the Battle of Tobruk. I'm very, very familiar, almost probably an expert on the Battle of Long Tan in Vietnam. When I went through the School of Infantry, the platoon I went through was Long Tan platoon, and part of the side thing is going through that platoon. I had to fucking do like we had to research everything and then give like an essay in front of our peers of what the Battle of Long Tan meant, to me. I'm a shearer on the off season, but a labourer most of the time. Yep, you're fair income Aussie, mate, shearing. That's hard. That's good. That's hard labour, mate. When you think of hard Aussies, shearers come to mind. Fucking oath, mate. Me too, Anzacs. I got Anzac on my lip. Uncle Chris. You didn't have to take that back, Holly. You can say whatever you want, mate. You're my niece. You don't have to hide anything, darling. I love you. Shearing is only a couple months a year, right?
Yeah.
Right. And how do you, is it per sheep, eh? It's like, because you're like trying to get as many sheep through? Or is it by the hour, brother? My granddad is one too. Right. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah. There's not many shearers around anymore, there's not young men, 18-year-olds leaving high school and going, I'm going to go shear sheep. No, these days young men want to go and do this, they want to do something with, and all to them, like everybody's making money through journalism, all the different social media platforms. I'd say the thing, young men used to fight wars, now they make memes, it's like, oh man, it's hard. It's hard. We need recruiting to go up, mate. The Australian Army has missed their target by 56% this year. We need soldiers. Remember, freedom. Freedom will be taken away by one generation. Done. If we have a weak generation, we're fucked. We're fucked. But people don't think of it like that. They just think that I'm entitled to this freedom. And you are, but you got to remember, people fight for your freedom and die for your freedom. Okay, you got to remember that. And if there's no one fighting for it, then people are going to come and take it. Unfortunately, it's history. It happens. Laugh out loud, sheepy. I do alpacas, but yeah, anything. Alpaca. Jesus, they're huge. Are they the ones that and spit at ya? The dirty buggers. Filthy. Sorry, that was cheeky. People used to ask me to go shearing heaps. I was pretty chuffed. They thought I was capable of anything. You are, Catherine.
Oh.
You are capable of anything. You all are. You all are. Just got to put your mind to it. I did things that I didn't even know I was capable of. But you just gotta have confidence. It's good when you got a good group around you that you can trust and you can be vulnerable and you know what I mean. So, and then you get the feel and go, oh yeah, we are capable of this, and you all are. We're all the same. Australia's had that. We're just, it doesn't matter where you come from in the home. Whether you're in the rich part of Sydney or we all have that. I think we have that sort of drive. We're proud to be Australian. It's different. Like, I don't see too many Australians burning the Australian flag, you know what I mean? In America, it's crazy. They're horrified to be white. And the American flag means colonialism. Like, do yourself a favour. This will blow your mind. Go on YouTube and watch a video. The Star Spangled Banner like you've never heard it before. And it's a story about the fucking American flag. If it doesn't make you cry, slap me in the face and call me Charlie. But every time I watch it, man, it makes me cry, bro. Just go and watch it. It'll blow your mind. It's amazing. It's like a 10 or 15-minute video, and the guy is explaining how the Stars and Stripes and the Revolutionary War, and it's an amazing story. And then you'll see the Americans that learn that, they'll never kneel ever again. And if I see someone, like now, I don't care. You can call me what you want. I don't give a fuck. You can't hurt me, bro. Like, if you're on the other side, who do you think you are? I don't give a fuck. But I've got a good, you come in my good square, I'm gonna fuck you up. You offend my wife, you say anything to my wife, that's fucking not good. Okay, or my family. But anything else, I don't even care, I don't even care. But if you burn the flag, bro, I'm gonna step on your throat. I've got it on me everywhere. I've got the flag on me everywhere, bro. Like, have a look at that's not two you're seeing. That's a flag there and a flag. There's two flags just in my front living room. And I've got a flag on my bedroom wall. I get up every morning, I see the Australian flag straight away. And that's my favourite because it was my last platoon I put through recruits. They all signed it. If I see someone burn the flag, oh my God, that would fucking send me. Yeah, they regurgitate the... Have I missed anything? Yeah, they regurgitate the grass they ate and spit it. And yeah, as defence mechanism, you get to learn about them and when they're going to do it. Right, yeah, they're like... Dirty buggers. Is it because they feel threatened, or is it like
No, they're
a
just
challenge, you know, like-
arseholes.
what have you got? You're true blue. Through and through. And my wife, and my kids, my son, he's 21, he's got a fucking huge flag on his chest with Anzac, and he's training to do his thing, man.
I'll get the scars.
Huh? Yeah, Mel, my wife, she's got the fucking Southern Cross on her back. I've got the Southern Cross on the wall, up on the wall up there. Trust me, it'd be hard to find a more patriotic Australian than me. I love this country. I fought for this country. I'd fucking die for this country. I love it. I love it. And I love the fact that Anzacs, I love our history. People look at the Australian soldiers from outside and go, wow, you know, those guys are... Read about the Somme. The Brits couldn't move. The Yanks couldn't move, so they went, fuck this, we'll send the Australians. 3 weeks, we're moving that quick into the fire of the Turks that they had to go, whoa, 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 and slow us down because we're breaking the lines.
I'd take me out.
And in World War II, there was a German, have you done public speaking at schools, assemblies or universities? If not, that's something you want to do. Not really, I haven't thought, huh? I thought about it, I don't know how to approach that because I'd like to try and influence young guys. I'd love to go to high schools and say, you know, this and that, and try and get the guys to maybe, but you know, like, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. Yeah, it's normally mates that do it. Aussie pride, brother. Aussie pride, brother. Exactly. Leah Tong. Hello. Corey Millam. Eyes. I'm looking. Oh shit, my thing's gone again. I'm gonna have to. Oh, is that the 3 dots? Oh shit, that's not it. Is it that one? Okay, alive. These days it's useless. They have no attention span, I swear. Maybe I'm wrong.
I never did.
Huh?
I never did.
Yeah.
Gee.
I mean, I think being proud to be Australian, and you know, I think anybody that's, you know, hates themselves because they're white or they see the flag as colonialisation has been let down. That person's been let down, and they need to be, you know, and said, no, you can be proud of this. This is the history, and then bang, and learn about it, and then you walk around with a different, you know, with a different. Too much TikTok. I don't know. Never been on TikTok. Don't do Instagram. We've got Facebook, but my wife does all the Facebook and that. And
And I still can't find Catherine.
yeah, and Catherine, she still can't find you on Messenger because she wants to reach out to you. Corey Millen, taking to kids these days is like taking a brick wall, talking to a brick wall. Yeah, that's right. Well, I really, I don't know. I haven't really interacted with my young fella's 21 now. My daughter's 24. It's sad. I'll say that. I'm saying the kids on TikTok, right? Facebook. I seriously would hate to see if Australia went to war with the next generation coming up. The 14-year-olds. Oh, I try not to think about it too much. I think that if they were called forward, I have to have faith that they would step up. I have to. Otherwise, we're fucked. We're fucked. Like I said, you know, there's a bunch of us. There's a bunch of guys like me in every town, in every street. Veterans, man, that are just... we're experts in our own head. I'm an expert in so much stuff that's fucking useless around me into the environment, right? But, yeah. My faves are the Aussie songs. Maybe kids need to know about the old songs at least. Yeah. for sure. Like Gangajang. Out on the patio, we sit. And the humidity, I remember seeing Gangajang in Newcastle, man. And, what else, I think they just need to understand, how lucky they are. People don't understand how fucking lucky they are to live in and be born here. People just don't understand. They take it for granted, mate. They take it for granted. And I've seen the rest of the world. Well, we're so fucking lucky. That's all I'm saying. We're so fucking lucky. Midnight Oil, that's right. The beds are burning. No, that's about giving the land back to the First Nations people, isn't it? But it's still fucking good shit. I don't know about you guys, but I really hate how people have turned Australia Day into Invasion Day. I think that's sad. I really think that's sad. I think it should be a day we should all come together. Black, white, Chinese, not born here, born here. It's a day we should all come and celebrate being Australian. We shouldn't be saying, oh, that's the day the Aboriginals were invaded and we took their land, because it wasn't really like that. Remember the first fleet in 1788? They come across and they're like, holy shit, we've got to build life here. So they had to work with the Aboriginals to learn what fucking flora and fauna they could use, what animals they could use, try and build rapport and relationships with them. It wasn't until we came into the night, with the stolen generation and all that stuff where it gets fucking a bit... But I just hate how people refer to Australia Day as Invasion Day. It really hurts. It fucking hurts me. It really does. I hate seeing the country divided on that day when we should be coming together no matter what. Give me a home amongst the gum trees. A sheep or two and a kangaroo. A clothesline out the back. A reindeer out the front. And yeah, bloody hate. I'm half Aboriginal and half French. And can't agree more. I know all the history. Right, bro. But then I do think, there's another day where we have those discussions too, right? We get up and we have those discussions, okay, and we talk with the First Nations people, and then that's when we not separate, but we come together and we talk and we understand and we try and appreciate each other and trying to come to common ground, right? But I think Australia Day is not the day to have that discussion. I think it's a day where we all put our arms around each other and go, fuck, it's good to be Australian. I think that's my take on it, but we can have difference of opinions. That's what's good about being being mature enough to be able to do that. Like in America, it's like you're voting for Trump, you're voting for Biden, I hate you. It's like you have that one thing not in common, but what about all these things you have in common because you're American? It's crazy. It's bloody crazy. That's like when you see two people fight over, this party, you Liberal, you Labor. But they both like Commodores. They like cold beer. They like going to the coast in the summertime. They love, going to the snow and the winter, like all these other things that were Australian that we could talk about and have the best times, but we go, he's Labor, fuck that. It's comical to me, because I've just done so much shit that shit's trivial to me, man. 145 subs, mate. You will hit. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, peeps. I appreciate that. Oh, shit. It's only the junkie abos that say that shit, or white people trying to feel relevant. I tell you the truth, I'm lucky enough. I've never been in a place where, that the protests are going on, so I haven't seen it. I've seen it on the news already, but I haven't been there firsthand. So, I haven't gone down and say, hey mate, why is it Invasion Day? Tell me why it's so offensive to you. I just want to understand your point of view. I've never had that opportunity. But I still don't want to talk about it on that day. It's still for me a day to come together. At the moment, does it matter? We're both Australian. We're both born here. Let's put our arms around each other, walk down the street and have a drink, And then tomorrow we'll wake up and go, right, what can we do, for everybody to live happy and get what they feel they deserve. You know, it's just not Australia Day, I think. That's just me. It's sad to see Australia divided on that day. It hurts. It really does hurt. It hurts me, man. It sucks. Why do you think it's Australia's biggest ally military-wise? Why? Who? America. The US. We are the only country that's fought side by side with the Americans since the Boer War in the 1800s. Side by side, World War One. Side by side, World War Two. Side by side, Korea. Americans and Australians fighting communism, giving South Korea their freedoms, mate. Fighting communism. Vietnam. Side by side with the Yanks. Bang. Iraq, side by side. Afghanistan, side by side. The Americans have got 6,000 Marines permanently posted into Darwin. They invest in us. They know we have a lot to offer, the Americans. So when I was talking to that other bloke, the guy that was giving me, talking about the JTF2, the Canadians, the Americans were using the Tier 1 operators from Australia and Great Britain. And for good reason. I know Aboriginal people are richer than all of us. and rightly so. And rightly so. Why not, you know? Why can't they be? I mean, mate, I've worked with Aboriginals in the army up in Townsville. You know, they were some of the toughest bastards out. You know, we used to do some tracking skills. I never personally, but the guy, Danny Glider, he used to go up into Northern Territory and live with some of the communities up there and come back and teach us tracking, mate. Like, yeah, why can't they be rich? I mean, people think of them, you know, with a derogative way because I think it depends on where you come up and when you're brought, you know. Like, I'm from Toowoomba. It's a very Aboriginal heavy, you know. You have the Washington family and the Lucases and the Sueys and the Renoffs, and there's a lot of political, you know, with the Aboriginal families in Toowoomba. But, you know, like, and so if you see it from a point of view, it looks like they like to fight, they like to drink, but that's not all of them at all. You know, I've served with Aboriginals, man, that were fucking awesome. This poor bugger, he got drunk at a rodeo in Townsville, and he fell asleep under four-wheel drive. I don't know why. And the guy jumping in his car didn't know, and he drove over this guy, right? Camo, his name was, in one area. And then the dude goes, what the fuck was that? And then reversed back over him to have a look with his lights. And over his stomach too, right? Bang, in the ambulance. But because this guy had done 22 years in the army at that time in 1996, all of the sit-ups and the training he'd done, that lighting across his stomach literally saved him from getting his guts pushed out of his ass. And I was like, wow, what a tough bastard, you know. And that was my first interactions, like, hardcore in the army with him. So I just had nothing but respect for him, man. I respect everybody. I respect everybody until you don't fucking respect me. I'll give you all the respect straight up. I'll give it to you. You've got to fuck it for me. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And then when you fuck it, you'll know because I won't be in your life at all. I'm not going to go, this and yeah, I'm just gone. I'm not going to fuck around. So I can say I'm Abo. Yeah. Abo? Why? That's not racial. It's a short term for Aboriginal. You know what? That's not, you know. I think the N-word, you know, that rhymes with trigger, I think that's, you know, offensive. I think that's pretty disgusting because, you know, that's words they use for slaves. So I think that's disgusting. But, you know, Abo, I mean, down south, I think they call them, is it Curries? And in Queensland, we call them Murrays. I mean, you know, they call us Aussies or Whiteys. You know, it's all good. It's all good. It's just who we are. But I hate it when people see race, though. I don't see race. I just see people. I don't know how hard it is. We're all the same people, all the same thing, trying to do the same thing. We're all just trying to live and live our best lives, right? And as much peace as we can. Enjoy our friends and our family and live your best life, man. You know, that's all we're trying to do. I don't see race. Until they get in my face and make it about race. And then still, I just fuck out of my face. I was born in Toowoomba. Yeah, Toowoomba. My sister was born in Toowoomba at the big hospital up the top near the range there, St. Vincent's Hospital. Yeah, I went from year 2 to year 12, but I didn't finish year 12. Once we finished the Commonwealth Bank Cup and Rugby League, I joined the army. But yeah, Toowoomba was tough. It's so cold. It's so cold in the wintertime, you know. It was freezing. And I lived out at Highfields. I lived in Wilsonton. Well, first of all, I lived in Rangeville, right over the other side of Toowoomba. Then we moved to Wilsonton. And then my oldies bought some land out at Highfields and built a house. And I used to have to catch I went to Harristown State High. I used to catch the bus all the way from Highfields. Fuck. Yeah, Curry, yeah. What can we call the ancestors of the convicts that were slaves? Wiggers. We call the ancestors of the convicts that were slaves, we call them poor fucking bastards. Or in the end, good, but you know, like, I don't know about you guys, but England, have you seen how miserable they are over there? 77% of the time it's grey and raining. Like, send me to Australia, brah. You don't know what you're doing for me. You set me free. I don't hate the cold. No, I don't care. I just lived in every environment. I don't care. Wet was horrible. You know, when I was working in the jungle, you've heard me say this before, some of the people, is when it's raining 3 weeks straight in the jungle and you can't sleep anymore, so you're just sitting against trees and puddles. Yeah, it's fucking hard. It's hard, man. When your skin starts tearing, you get fucking tropical ulcers and... Oh, man, it's a hard environment, mate. Living just constantly never dry for 3 weeks. Your feet start to tear. Like I seen a pull off his sock, and as he put off his sock, the whole bottom of his foot peeled off inside it. Hard, yeah, hard. Raining non-stop is a bit depressing, yeah. And in the jungle too, because there's a really thick canopy, you don't see the sun. You never see the sun, so it's like pitch black by 5 in the afternoon. Have enemies used kids or teens, yes, suicide bombers, against you guys in any way during the war? Fucking oath, mate. Bloody oath. Yep, they put suicide vests on kids and then tell them to go and ask us for lollies. And the boys, you know, wanting to help because, you know, we've got M&Ms in our pocket or a bit of chewing gum or something, whatever you got, your little, you know, your missus or your husband or whatever, whoever is sending you lollies, you know, your favourite gummy bears you get, and you sort of, you know, there's something that's, you know, gummy bears are like better than gold, so you want to give them to them, right? People go over there and then they detonate, bang. You know, and then so then kids are coming towards your heart, and then people start like, yeah, yep, and they'll just put them on too. The full, we call them true believers. The true believers will strap that on, mate, and sprint at you, Allah Akbar, and then detonate. Sometimes they get too scared and they think they're going to get shot, so they detonate way too early and nothing happens. You just go, you fucking idiot, just turn yourself into pink mist. Saved us from fucking do it. But yeah, mate, they're dirty. They're filthy. They know that we're controlled by the Geneva Convention, that we have rule. They know that we can't fire on religious establishments. So what do? They fire at us, then run into a mosque. We can't do shit. They know that we can't fire on any vehicle that has a red cross or a red crescent. So what do? They fire off and jump in vehicles with red crosses and red crescents. You know, so they use all of our vulnerabilities against us, man. It's hard. It's hard for fucking soldiers over there to deal with this shit, man. It's hard. That's what I mean. It's not like all the other wars of our forefathers where that's the enemy, I can kill him. It's like, is he enemy? Is he enemy? Oh, those guys up in that fucking truck up there. If you look at one of my videos, I've got the photos of the Taliban watching us in a red ute. Nothing we can do. And they'll sit there for 7 days on their car with binoculars and watch every single one of our movements, seeing who's turning lights on where in the camp, and you just want to go out there and fucking sort it out, but you can't. But we're professional. We're professional, so we've got to deal with our fucking vulnerabilities and our shortfalls. And that's what makes us Aussies. We've got to come up with smarter ways to beat our enemies. We're still keeping our integrity. Integrity is everything. Integrity is everything. Do you know if there are any Aussies still over there, Chris? No, gone. We have Aussies in the Sinai Desert. But, and unfortunately, the way Biden pulled out, every single person that helped the coalition, that worked for the coalition, like we'd try and help, like in our local village in TK, we'd bring guys on and say, hey, look, we'll give you this room and you can charge $10 US a haircut and, you know, make a bit of money for your family. So we'll give him a room and he comes in every morning, mate, and he's shaving like, you know, 20 guys' heads every day, making a bit of coin. He's stoked. He's never made so much money in his life. And he's like, with a bounce in his step, and then we'll have a guy come and set up, you know, like a couple of tarps and he's selling us ripped off CDs, you know. Like ripped off Once for Warriors and all this stuff. But we buy it and they'll have their little trinkets and stuff, like little bazaar, and we're trying to, you know, build trust and rapport and say, you know, here's money you can take back and give to you can get some new shoes or whatever, you know. So, and all those people, mate, once we left, they're all dead. Biden killed them all, mate. They're all dead. You seen the footage of people jumping on the planes, the landing gears and that? Broke my fucking heart, mate. Because the interpreters used to work for us, mate. They hated the Taliban. If they spotted the Taliban and we had them like handcuffed, you have to watch them because they'd turn your back, they'd run over there and just start fucking wailing on these guys. Oh, get off him, mate. We got to fucking interrogate him first. You can't kill him yet. We have to pull them off because they just want to rip their throats out. All those guys are fucking dead, man. We had a withdrawal plan and Biden just destroyed it. I don't care what you say, Biden's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. I'm not going to say it. Biden's horrible. That doesn't sound fair. It's like child games, shoot, run, and be, man, mate, how do you think IEDs, our forefathers never had to deal with improvised explosive devices. They had to deal with minefields, anti-personnel mines and anti-vehicle and tank mines, yes. But no one's had to deal with an improvised explosive device that can be detonated several different ways. I mean, they can dig the explosives in and then just have a pressure pad over to the side. So when the wheel hits that pressure pad, poof, and 40 kilos underneath the vehicle, bang. So then we're out there with dogs, smelling for we've got engineers with dogs trying to smell for explosives and the boys with fucking metal detectors trying to find the pressure plates, right? So they see us, they watch us, they learn. So what do they do now? They'll get a remote control car or, like a remote control chopper. And then now they'll put the explosive in the device with the servo unit of the remote and they'll sit on a fucking fence 200 meters away, wait for you to get there, bang, hit the button. So now our guys are out there looking for that pressure plate. There is no pressure plate. So now they wait for those guys to patrol over it. No pressure plate because it's wireless now. Bang. Oh, fuck. So then we have to go to and learn to that. And now they're like, we had jammers. They were top secret at the time. But we put these vehicles on that would jam all the signals, jam mobile phones, jam anything that has a frequency, right? And when you're jamming, it's a struggle of power. So if your mobile phone is 800 hertz, if I've got it at 1,000 hertz, I win the power struggle. That signal can't get out because I'm drowning out with white noise, right? So that's how we dealt with that. Then they got smart and knew our metal detectors. They'd get a thin piece of wire, like out of Cat5 cabling or like speaker cable, and they'd run it across a piece of wood that was 5 meters long, right? 2 pieces of wood that are 5 meters long with one tiny thin copper, and they're just like this. Not enough for the metal detector to feel. But when that vehicle steps on it, that pushes that whole piece, 5 meter piece, and those wire, bang, detonates. Like people say the Afghanis are not smart, mate. You give them fertilizer, some diesel, a remote control car, they'll blow you to kingdom come. Smart as fuck. Yeah, I thought it was crazy what they could do with IED. And the horrible thing is they set all that IED up, and then they go on the hill and watch. And then boom, and then they watch what we do to that reaction of that IED. So then they're going, look, when someone gets hit, they do this with their medical team. And so they learn that. And then bang, we get IED, we have a medical team there, and now they have a machine gunner on that guy. So when we run over to him, bang, boys are getting hit because they're learning our TTPs. It's a psychological fuck. Yeah, war's not fair. War's not fair. Not for the ones that are trying to fight with integrity, man. But that's where, mate. They're farmers. We're professionals, right? We're professionals. It's up to us to come up with a plan and be smarter. Be smarter, better, stronger, faster. No excuse. No fucking excuse. Aussies that go to another war is crazy. I'm sorry. That's fair. Aussies that go to another war. Yeah, no, that's fair, mate. But, sometimes people need help. They can't help themselves too. You got to remember that. You know? Sometimes people can't help themselves. And if you're in a position where you can send forces over to help those people that are being fucking abused, being political opponents, being because of their race, like in Africa with the Tutsis and with the black, where depending on where you were born as a black man, whether you fucking die or not, sometimes you've got to go over there and help the people that are being oppressed. And I think that's noble. If you're in a position to do that, I think it's noble, man. I want to go. I hate bullies. If I see someone I can't stand that. It's just a worse version of that. If we can go over there and go, we'll show you what we do to these bullies, and I think that's good. But yeah, I'm not into like going over and fighting other people's wars. No, but if someone needs help, and we're in a position to help, let's go fucking help. If we need help, we'd be looking fucking come and help, right? And when there's people in your street, brother, with rifles looking to have bad intentions for you and your family, you're screaming fucking help. And I've seen that end of it, mate. So I don't mean to have it crack, but I've seen that end where people are just looking at us, going, fucking help, please help. Look at my kids, please help us. It fucking hits your heart, bro, especially as a father. And seeing the dads with their daughters and their sons. It's hard. Bougainville was hard for me too. When I went to Bougainville, my daughter was 2, and I was seeing 2 and 3-year-old little girls dying of tuberculosis, choking on their own blood. Hard, man. It's hard. And we could bring medicine to those people and try and fucking show them hygiene. Yeah, man. Oh shit. Am I paid for fire? I know, right? Should go. I know, right? We should go round 2 with the emus first, eh? Isn't that a joke? It's embarrassing, isn't it? Like 5 guys out with like machine guns fighting 3,000. I know, it's pretty embarrassing, the old emu war. You can look that up if you don't know about it. It's pretty funny. Darren Tyson, hi. Fuck yeah. Hi, Darren. I'm amazing. Oh, sorry. I'm amazing with all the disasters, with the flood, fires, that Aussies down together. Bloody oath. That's right. You've heard of in America, the Cajun Navy, with the hurricanes and how they got that off of the 2011 floods in Brisbane with the Mud Army. People were looking at the Aussies, instead of people yelling in the streets going, oh, fucking, fuck the government, help. In Australia, if my house is okay, I'll go and help the guy's house that ain't, because if that was me, I'd really appreciate the help. And that's how we are, man. And it's unique. It's not like that everywhere around the world. Sorry, spelling. All good. All good. I appreciate it. You're not wrong. That's just my observation, and not my observation. That's how I feel, you know what I mean? Like, if there's a natural disaster in my environment here, in my suburb, and I'm good, I'm going straight to, people around me to make sure they're good. Because if I'm not, I'd appreciate if they came to me, And I think that's just being fucking Aussie, man. That's what we do. We're proud of ourselves, I pride myself in that shit. Have you ever been or done paratrooping? Jumping out of planes? I really wanted to, brother. I really wanted to, but I never got to do it in the military. I got to rappel out of Black Hawks. I was sick, and I got to get tied to the bottom of a rope and get taken out. That was mad. But I never got to jump out of a plane. I really wanted to, but I'm glad I didn't, because those guys, when they hit the ground at 9 meters per second. If you don't know what that is, it's equivalent to jumping probably off the 2nd story of a building and landing. A lot of guys end up with fucking bad backs and knees because imagine, you're a parachute, you can't be like a civilian. You're coming down, because if I see your parachute in the air, I'm going to shoot you in the air. So you want to come down quick, Yeah, the Aussie bond is very strong. Fucking oath it is, Stavros. I mean, I know one day you're going to rock up on my doorstep, I know it. Bloody oath, that's right.
Stavros.
Davros, man, yep. From the very first day, remember we were in with Paddy's Lives, and he was like, these good people. I'm like, he's good people, and then fucking one of my posts, me and him went crazy, having a great old chat. Yep, Davros has been there from the very beginning. In fact, Davros.
Nigga, Davros,
Bang. Bang. Davros, make a post right now, brother. Just type the letter Y or whatever. Just. What was your first mission in the army? Okay. So do you mean in a war zone, or do you mean just my very first mission? Once I'm a qualified soldier now, it's fair income. I just want to know what you mean so I can answer it properly. What was Davros? Just type something. There you go, blow. You got a spanner. And those. I'll be like, surprise, I'm here, motherfuckers. Both. Okay, both. My very first mission outside, when I left my training, that I can remember, my first mission that was important. Well, it depends on the, because obviously the first ones were training, training missions, which are just as important as any because, that's where you make your mistakes and learn, and you've got to be in that headspace all the time. So, I'm just trying to think. My first mission. Okay, well, I suppose my first mission that was important that was, it's actually in one of my stories. I was getting, because if you know my story, I got infantry at the School of Infantry, and then I got up to the battalion, and they're like, you're no fucking infantry soldier, son. You think you're infantry? We're going to show you, bro. You're not fucking shit. So we had to do I think it was a 20 or a 40 clicker, and we'll start at 6 o'clock at night, right? And we have 35 kilos in our packs, we have 10 kilos in our webbing, my rifle weighs 4.2 kilos, and then we got a bunch of other stuff like mortar rounds and fucking claymores and section weapons that just adds to the weight, right? And we're walking 40 k's, and it's got to be done by 5 in the morning. And I was told I was going to be able to climatise from Newcastle into Townsville, right? And this is the week 4. And they want to teach me a lesson. This piece of shit section commander wants to teach me a lesson, right? So he's like, right, boys, give him this and that. And so now I'm the brand new guy that hasn't climatised, and I'm carrying about maybe 10 to 14 kilos more than all the other lads in the section, right? I'm brand new. And then he goes, right, let's go. And then as we step off, he goes, shuffling change. Shuffling is how you run with heavy weights, right? You can't, like when you get up in the morning and go for a jog or, walking through the park, you can't walk like that when you have heavy weights, right? Otherwise you won't last 5 Ks. So when you're shuffling, you drag your feet, like you're dragging your feet on the dirt. Your boots never come off because you don't want that impact, right? You're trying to reduce that impact. 40 kilometers. Have you ever walked 40 kilometers in one hit? And what I did was, I wasn't drinking water, and I didn't realise that about the 20, 30 kilometre mark, my body stopped sweating, right? So I was going into heat exhaustion, and my skin was dry and clammy. I'd run out of water, completely run out of water, right? But I didn't know this was going on. I'm just thinking, I've got to fucking show these lads I'm good. I don't give a fuck what you do to me. I'm good, cuz. I'm fucking good. I'll show you I've got infantry in my fucking chest. I'm good. And I remember seeing the Siloam sticks. I was about 2-3 Ks. And I remember seeing and thinking, fuck, there's the end. And then I sort of, what the boys said, I had a really heavy left foot. And I remember feeling really drunk. I'm like, fuck, I'm trying to walk forward. I'm walking left. And I'm like, and then why? And then that's it. And the boys said, I just fucking sputtered in hard, boom, into the ground, unconscious. And I woke up 2 or 3 hours later in hospital, butt naked, with my fucking ankles bandaged up, with IV with my fucking lieutenant and my sergeant looking over me, and I'm like, and I'm just going, oh fuck, I failed, what the? And they're going, oh bro, you're good. They just squeezed 7 bags into you, mate. 7 of those IV bags into me. and I've come conscious, and all I'm thinking, I failed. Ah, fuck, the boys think I'm a piece of shit. But it was the opposite. They're like, this lad fucking walked until he, till he sputtered in. And, 'cause my face was busted up where I hit the tar, and when someone goes down with heat exhaustion, right, the first thing we do is we just rip all your clothes off you, right? We rip you butt naked. And when the guys were ripping my boots off with their knives, they got a bit overzealous and cut all the tops of my ankles. So my ankles were like bandaged up in the bed. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, so, and what they do is straight away is they just start tipping water over you, right? Trying to cool you, bring your core temp down before it runs off into heat stroke. And then once you got heat stroke, you're fucking cooked. We've lost heaps of soldiers to heat stroke in training environments. I've seen Marines die 20 metres from when I was sleeping in Iraq, mate, in their sleep. They didn't wake up in the morning because they died of heat stroke because they were too scared to tell people during the day that they didn't have enough water. So that was my first mission for me. I wanted to show my section that you can do whatever you want. I'm going to beat it. I don't care. I'm good. If you look at my stories from the School of Infantry, if you go back at my videos, you'll understand the hardships that I had there that made me fucking mentally tough. And this made me mentally tough now, because now, out of that, the positive is, I know now I can walk 8 kilometres with nearly 40 kilos on my back without a drink of water, and that's when I spud in. That's fucking good information to know about myself, right? Not many people get to do that. So that was my first mission. I had to show my section, and then to me it was a failure, but to them, like you didn't give up. The only thing you could do was spud in. If you didn't spud in, I sat down and went, oh fuck, I can't do it. It's a different, even though still to me, I was like, I didn't finish. I woke up in the fucking hospital. I remember I was walking and I felt drunk. So that was my first mission, and I took a lot away from that. As a leader, I would never do that to my men. From then on, that scared me. So when I was a leader, I'd go, I don't care, men. Get your fucking water bottles out and drink with me now. And I would manage their drinking intake just to let them know how important it is because of what happened to me. I don't want that to happen to a soldier because that's fucking terrible. And that prick that did that to me was horrible. So, yeah. And then my first mission, most important mission on operations, was I was tasked to move forward with an intelligence major. It should have been a warrant officer, but this guy was I'm going to say he was too scared to go north, so he fucking sent me, mate. I was a digger doing a sergeant's job, right? So I got tasked to move from where our headquarters was in Qatar and Kuwait. I had to move forward with the Yanks into fucking Biap, and from Biap I had to go into the Victory Palace and find some real estate in Victory Palace. They moved the Australian National Headquarters forward into there because the Yanks were bringing their headquarters up, right? So I'm going up to look for the size of the Australian headquarters. I've got an INT major with me because he's looking for a skiff. Look up what a skiff is, an intelligence resource. And we had 2 SAS soldiers with us, just in case shit got sideways. They were like, our, not protection, but like just there because there's 2 Australians moving forward, right? Yeah, so I'm on the plane. We're going into. I've told this story. I'm going into Iraq, right? Is that an Aussie flag? Yeah, I got a flag on my chest. I've got it on my arms, bro. I got flags everywhere. Look at them in my house. There are 2 on the walls up there. And I got one. As soon as I wake up in the morning, there's an Aussie flag on my bedroom. Yeah, so I'm flying, right? I'm in a plane, Herc, and I'm flying, and the plane's blacked out, right? It's not like and in the Herc, you can see the fluid moving through the walls as the pilots moving the wings and shit, right? It's fucking loud. You can't hear yourself think it's, but and they don't have the cabin can't compress. So once you get to 14,000 feet, it's fucking freezing cold and loud. Anyway, as I'm coming into Biap, the plane just banks hard like this, right? So now I'm sitting and I can see through the window down at the ground, and up the window behind me, I can see this wing, and there's just fire just coming out of it. Fire coming out of it. I'm like, oh my fucking God. And the load masters are running back and forwards, checking this and that, and they're peeking. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm looking at 2 SA cats. I'm just following their lead. And I know it's funny to sound, the C-130 is a good plane to crash in, right? It's got like these 3 arresting systems. You got the special system with the landing gear, then the frame has a special system, and the seats that we're sitting on has, so you got this, like a 3, if you want to have a plane crash, you want to be in a Herc, right? I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about where the fuck are we going to be, and what are we going to do when we hit the ground, and we're going to make it, I'm going to blow up in the sky. I'm like, my ass is 50 cent, 5 cent, I'm like fucking shitting myself, bro. And then we just drop, bang, to tactical flying, which is about 30 meters above the tallest trees. And we're doing, 400 or 500 kilometers an hour. So we drop down, bang, out of the sky. And we fucking land on a runway. And you can see like the pilots, because you can see the pilots up there, they're sweating. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And we pull up, we had a SAM. We had a surface-to-air missile lock onto the plane, and that was them doing evasive maneuvers, sending the flares out. Because the SAM's, it's heat-seeking, so it's heat-seeking the exhaust of the aeroplane. So what the plane's doing is sending out hot flares into the environment so that the SAM seeks that heat that's hotter than the airplane, right? So it spits and drops low. And once you drop low, you can imagine a plane at 4,000 feet, it's going slow, you can shoot it, right? But now bring it down to above the trees, doing 500 k's an hour above your head. You're not going to shoot that. That's why they do that, right? And that was and then I got into Iraq, and then I had to fucking get the Victory Palace, and and the lakes there were fucking, we had dead bodies and dogs and shit in there, and then I had to deal with the real estate, and then had to get back down to Kuwait and brief everybody. So that was my first real life mission in operations in Iraq. Our first mission was joining. Yeah. So, Bravo, so much respect. People just don't understand what you guys do. Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, we don't. So you don't see it when you go to YouTube. You don't get to see like the photos of Marines firing and the firefights they have on YouTube and that. You won't see shit like that from the Australians because it's vetted. We get strip search for SIM cards. They don't want taking anything like, photos of you shooting, any of that battle footage. They don't want it on the internet because people learn our TTPs and that. So, you'll see some leaked special forces stuff because, they might have, different rules for them leaving. But generalizations of the troops, you won't really see much stuff when it comes to Aussies. So a lot of people don't know what we do or what a soldier goes through over there. So as I've just learned, because people are hitting on YouTube going, holy fuck, no one hears what the Aussies do over there. And I was like, all true. Only people I've told, my missus and my psychiatrist, really, and my son, that know all the cool stuff. But, because and every now and again, because on the Anzac Day, I got a bunch of medals. Like I never used to wear my medals because I don't know. I'll tell you about my thing with medals, but yeah, on the Anzac Day, I got a bunch of medals. Sometimes young fellas are a bit intimidated to come over and just talk to us. But I'd love for guys to come over and say, "Hey, bro, what's that medal mean?" Or what did you do in the army? And I mean, that would be mad. I love that. I'd do it as soon as I see a Vietnam vet. I'm straight over there, fucking, oh, bro. You must respect, mate. So even now, mate, I'll be in the servo here, like the servo on the highway, and guys in the army will pull up soldiers, and they don't know who the fuck I'm in civilians, and I'll always go up to them and say, I thank them for their service. So if you ever see a man or a woman in uniform, just walk up to them and thank them for their service, and you'll make them feel really good. Because they are public servants. They're serving you, and they're protecting the nation that you call home, and your freedoms, and your ideas, and your comforts, and just your way of living. And people just take that for granted, unfortunately. But that's fine. You're entitled to take it for granted. Just know there's men and women protecting you guys so you sleep safe at night. Samantha, good idea. Maybe in the future let the man get situated with the channel first, but, what have I missed? I've missed a bunch of shit, haven't I? I'd like to say thank you for your service, brother. Yeah, that's cool. One crazy. Thank you. Like, have people ever been shot at? That's a very heavy thing just on its own. We'll see. Yeah. To a civilian it is, but to me, It's not part. It's just part of the deal. It's it's like a concreter's going to pour concrete. A postman's going to deliver mail. A soldier's probably going to get shot at. And we can do things to try and desensitize and to get ourselves ready for that. By sitting down the end of a range and getting used to crack thump and listen to what a round sounds like, whistling past your head. So you can sort of descend. The hardest part, young men and women, that you'll never hear anyone say this, but the young fellas, was because they're so used to firing at targets, right? All your training is targets. It's like, yellow targets with black figures holding knives and guns. And the first time they look through that sight and they see a human being, even though he's a disgusting piece of shit, and you see that, they hesitate. And rightly so. It's the first time they've fucking seen a living, breathing human in their sight. And men hesitate, mate, because it's like, it's not a fucking target. And then, bang, and then they release a shot. And there's no more hesitation, but there's a lot of that. You see a fucking human in your sight, and it hits a different psyche. And some guys, they take a while to pull the trigger, and you can't have a crack at them, bro. No, it's fucking hard seeing a person in your sight. I'd like to. Feel free to share these. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so far behind, aren't I? I'm not really good with bloody. We laugh out loud, but it's different when it bleeds. What's different when it bleeds? Blood. I'm not fucking worried about blood. Dude, I seen fucking some Afghan national police after we told them we got intelligence. Says IEDs out here, bro. And they have an argument. And they're like, nah, we know better. This is our country. They drove out the door. They got about 150 to 200 metres, man, and they hit 32 kilos. You can see the fucking photos. I've got the photos of the car in my community. And this thing flipped like 20 feet in the end, did like a forward somersault, mate. The driver was just fucking decimated. And the passenger, one of them was, and the passenger, had all these fucking intestines out, and he's missing his quadricep. And he's in this horrible. I don't know if people have you ever heard when somebody's subconsciously struggling to survive. It's their brain going into instinct of just survival, and they start making these horrible noise. Anyway, and then you have the burning of intestine smelling, and the blood and the iron smell of blood everywhere. But yeah, that didn't bother me, man. He was A positive, so I was dragging blood out of my arm. Actually, all of us guys that were A positive, and we were trying to pump it into him, and we tried our hardest, but. Yeah, he did, mate, he was too fucking wrecked. He was too wrecked, poor lad. But so your blood doesn't, I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff, bro. You're a soldier, there's things we do to desensitize to that, I've watched people being garroted, hours of people getting shot different ways, we've got things to try and desensitize ourselves for that. Some people have dramas with it, some people freak out and freeze for the first time, and like, nobody judges nobody. You just don't fucking know until you're there, right? You don't know how, because people say you either flight or fight, but there's another one that could freeze, and some people, they lock up for fucking, and then they get control their fear, and then they're good. The first kill will never leave us. Peace in the Middle East. Yes, peace in the Middle East. That would be lovely, but it's never going to happen, bro. Never. When you have a religion, an extremist ideology, where the infidel need to die, the non-believers, the Christians and the Jews, we need to kill those people because they will take our place in hell. When you have people like that, there's never going to be peace, bro. I'm 5, hello. How are you, bud? I'm good, thank you. Name a car for edit. VNSS. Do you want a Coke? What, like Coca-Cola? Or are you talking about Coke? Because if it's that, no fucking way I don't need that shit. I don't judge if anyone does it, but it's not for me. Sloshed piece everywhere. I have to go now. All right. Thanks for coming, bro. Grand 7, he was an American panel a few days ago, and they had a good chat. Yeah, blue collar vet. I've reached out to him again, but I think he's having dramas with that dub dude. Like, they have this vet thing over there. It's pretty crazy. I was trying to, but I just let him do his thing. But I'd love to have a chat with that guy. He was cool. Lily, I'm going to go to China for 4 weeks and then Turkey. Yeah, yep. Just be careful in China. They got that gutter oil. Have a look at gutter oil. China, yeah, China's a beautiful place, but you just got to be careful where you eat. And Turkey, yep, Turkey's cool. They are a Muslim country, but they've got it under control. Like I've done some very bad things to other people. I never killed anyone, I think, but that's a big call to take someone's life intentionally. That's the worst decision anybody can ever make. Nobody wants to kill anybody. Nobody wants to fucking kill anybody. Who wants to do that? End somebody's life. Any man that says, you know, I'm all about that, is a fucking idiot. Not a real soldier. Like I said, I've got another thing in my community. Australian soldier fights not because they hate the people in front of them, it's because we love the people behind us. I'm going to stay in China for 6 hours. Okay. Like you're going to go through Beijing and then on a connecting flight. You mean suicide? Well, what do you mean suicide? There's never a reason for suicide. And every single person that's ever fucking survived a suicide, the minute they jumped or did what they did, they wanted to life. Every suicide is a preventable death. Every single one. It's a horrible thing. And I've lost mates to suicide since we got back. 2 soldiers kill themselves every week. Every week, 2 soldiers kill themselves. In America, it's 22 a day. Nearly all the Marines that fought in the Battle of Fallujah, all the Marines that survived that, have done themselves. It's fucking horrible. Oh, man. Fucking hit on a few topics tonight, eh? Did I miss anyone, like, questions? Because there's some really cool questions, and I want to answer them for you, but... Samantha. Trauma. Yeah. Trauma. Yeah. Doesn't bother me. The trauma part, like that, well, that part didn't really bother me. It's just, I just don't want nothing to happen to my lads, mate. That meant a lot to me. Only mine, nobody else's. Yeah, so, shit. It's like 11:30. How long have I been going? 3.5 hours. Have you done public speaking at school assemblies or universities? If not, gee, didn't someone say that to me before? What would I talk about? What would I talk about, mate, if I did public speaking? Mateship? I don't know. What would I talk about? Maybe, you know, wanting a purpose that's something that's bigger and better than you. Yeah, same crazy. Crazy said, okay. 22 a day, that's just fucked up. I hope they're getting the support they deserve. They're not. They're not, mate. That's why they're doing it. It's the same with the guys that kill themselves here, buddy. You know, if you leave the army on your own terms, and then after the fact you struggle with all of your struggles, whatever they may be, it's hard because now you've got to come back to DVA going, I'm like this, and then DVA will go, well, did the army really do that? How do we know that hasn't happened since you left? You need to prove that to me. And a guy that's fucked up in his head that needs help, you think he wants to go and have to prove that to somebody? He just goes, fuck this, and feels like Australia just kicked him in the balls. I mean, you know? And then you want guys that are homeless, and you need to want them to want to help themselves as well, you know? So you can't, like someone said, you can take a horse to the water. Like, I can grab my mate and I can take him to a DVA advocate, but if he doesn't want to help himself, he's just thinking, I need to get the fuck out of here and get my next beer, that's hard as well, man. It's just so fucked. I think get your channel done, try audio books. Not done, just working out. It makes sense, yeah. What, read audio books? I just read, I like to read the book itself. I've got a lot of military books. A lot of military books. Oh. Yeah, Alan, the one who lied about having a Purple Heart and Dub and other people, including Stroll's screen record, be live chopped screw his words, make him look like a certain way, which is weak as piss. Yeah, no stories, I mean. Find me one person who doesn't want to help. I'll wait. We should be wrapping our arms around people. Most of them are just proud, I guess. No, it's just a job. It's a job that we took seriously. We were just lucky enough, mate. You hear me saying, mate. You know, the last thing I used to do every day, mate, was get the Aussie flag straight on my shot. And as soon as that thing hits my arm, I'm representing you. I'm representing First Nations people. I'm representing Australia, and we take that seriously. I fucking did. My men did. Fucking oath. And it was an honour. It was, someone's got to do it. I'm your fucking Huckleberry. Was your Huckleberry. But, we don't need thanks or anything like that, man. You just think about the guys that gave the ultimate sacrifice and never came back, and the guys that are killing themselves now after the fact. They're the guys that we need to fucking say things to. We're just doing our jobs. Best we could. Alright, 3.5 hours, guys. I want to speak English, please. What have I been speaking? You're a true Aussie, and so are you. Anyone that was born here is a true Aussie, in my eyes. So you guys, And, with the right training, the right environment, you all could have done what I probably did, you look at it, because what you were looking at, everything that I'm saying, seeing in one big hit, it's not like that. It's every fucking day you're training, every day, except for weekend. We get weekends off and that. Sometimes we don't. Like, we got to go bush for 8 weeks. That's 8 weeks straight. But we're training every day to be the best. To be the best. But look at our history. Look at the Anzac. Look at the pedigree. Oh shit. Is everything still cool? Oh, have a look at in my lives. I've had a 5.5 hour one, 4.5 hours. I usually sit and talk until everyone's had a gutful or whatever. But I fucking hadn't much sleep because I was on till fucking 2 o'clock the other morning, and then I went and hung out with Spud Lee and Hookstar till like 3. I got some sleep, and I was up all day today, bloody doing lives with other people, learning stuff, and then and now I'm live now, and I wouldn't mind having a cup of coffee and nestling down with my wife and just maybe just mellowing out for the night. But it's been, Christopher, you look cray. Take your medic. What? Who, me? You call it cray? Take my medication. No, it's just because if you look at my videos, I like to walk and talk. When I'm talking to my mum and dad on the phone, I pace. You see all my videos, I'm fucking walking down the dirt roads. It's because I'm sitting here talking and I'm sitting in front of the camera and I get fidgety. Like I've got a lighter, I'm fucking around the lighter, and when I start talking, it does trigger little anxieties and that, so it's just me reacting, bro. You look cray. So who the fuck is that anyway? You take your medication, cunt. Yeah. I told you people want to hear this stuff. Yeah. That's cool. Because I didn't know I wanted to tell it. That picture on your latest community post, the first picture where your face has camo paint. Who's the young lad in the bottom left corner of the group shot? Okay, so that was me just doing I've got 9 men there with me, but I was just taking a close-up of that photo so I could fit it on that community. He's just one of the soldiers that was in my section that day, that young lad. Same person as most of the fake accounts there, commandeering your channel. What does that mean, commandeering? Commandeering what? Trying to take it over? What's command? If I was going to commandeer something, I was going to come and take it off you and use it. Yeah, I've got to settle down with the missus and be a good hubby. Right. Yep. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just fidgeting that because I like to walk and talk and sit here still for 3 hours, and plus I'm drinking coffee all day, and but yeah, I don't have to fucking feed myself tonight, can't. Just trust, just us. All right, guys and gals, I really appreciate it tonight. It's been good. I've had some really good questions, really good questions, and it's good. I like to think about because a lot of stuff like Josh, my son, will go, "Oh, Dad, you got to tell him this." You got to tell him this. I'll be like, "Oh, fuck." And then I was on with one of my mates came in on a live Ask Jack Dagger, and he was like, "Oh, tell him about Lieutenant Dan and tell him about," and I was like, "Oh, fuck, see, I forgot about some of that stuff." Because I did some bad shit in the army too, where I got charged because we have a court of law in the army. I'll tell you some of the shit that I did wrong. None of us are perfect. None of us, I was fucked up. Yeah, so, okay, guys and gals, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the time. I appreciate the questions. Thank you very much. Sunday, I'll go live maybe a bit earlier tomorrow night if you want to. I'm connecting with Nathan Patterson. Check his channel out. He's a champion. I'll be doing a live with him together in the next week or so. So once I find out that timing, we'll both advertise that so you can come in and really support Pato. He's the reason why I got the inspiration to do this, is because of him. I was just in his lives going, who are these criminal guys that are fucking getting all these views like Spanian? At first I didn't like him, and I'm like, actually, he's just going to young fellas, don't do this, do this. And Pato's going, fucking don't do that. Use me. And, your kids are important yet. This is important. Stay away from that. And I was like, that's fucking cool. How could I do that? How can I help young men join the army? And that's when I started going, fuck, I'm going to try it. Maybe, but then I thought everybody wants to hear about crime stories. Running in on this bike and stabbed this and in jail, I called that. And I've never been to jail, so I've got no jail stories, but I've got other stories. Sorry, I finally found you. Zip, mate, you've been hitting me up all day too, you poor bugger. Say go to Mel for me and your family. Yes, Davros, you can see, bro. If you need a break, take it. Good talking to you. If I need a break, take it. 100, not Chris. Love ya. Finally found you. Speak soon, brother. Much respect. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everything. They're not kind words. Yeah. All right. Keep safe and have a good evening. Thanks, man. I'm out. Bang.